alleged ringleader of a cocaine drug ring involving Penn State fraternity members and houses, surrendered today. State Attorney General David Sunday says former student Agostino Abiatello was arraigned and 13 others also charged.
The evidence showed that cocaine was primarily packaged at the fraternity houses and that packaging was done by fraternity brothers and oftentimes pledges.
And state officials say they're cooperating with the investigation. The battle over reopening the Strait of Hormuz heating up. President Trump claims the strait is now U.S. territory. Iran calls that claim delusional. Primary races taking place across 4 states today, including Florida. President Trump, who continues to criticize the use of mail-in ballots, cast his own ballot by mail. Bill Rasmussen, the co-founder of ESPN back in 1979, has died. ESPN historian Mike Soltis says the 93-year-old died at his Florida home. This is ABC News. In Massachusetts, defense attorneys now calling witnesses in the Lindsay Clancy trial. The mother on trial for killing her 3 young children. Her attorneys say Clancy suffered from postpartum psychosis and did not get the proper medical treatment or drugs.
Prosecutors appear to be kind of losing ground. We're hearing these text messages between Lindsay Clancy and her former mother-in-law where they're struggling with what to do about these medications, which Clancy is blaming for worsening her symptoms. Some of the messages, I'm not okay, I'm terrified of taking the meds tonight. I was never, ever this depressed. It was brought on by the medication. And that's exactly the point that defense lawyers have been hammering at, and prosecutors, for whatever reason, are eliciting it with their questions.
ABC's Peter Haralambous. Another round of severe storms targeting parts of the Midwest, already dealing with floodwaters from a week of storms. Crews in Indiana still assessing the damage with floodwaters still receding. And extreme heat is the concern, with triple-digit temperatures keeping its grip over western states in the south. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Coming up, a warning about a rise in mail theft in Bothell. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, Seattle Sports has our update. Let's start you up in Everett, North 5. Scattered backups between 526 and 528. Everett to Marysville, less than a 15-minute drive. Eastbound 526, you'll jam up right there near Evergreen Way to I-5 still. South 5 into Seattle is packed from Lake City Way to I-90. Plan on 25 minutes from Linwood. North 5, scattered backups between the Michigan Curve and the Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes get you through this. South 405 in Bellevue is thick at Southeast 8th all the way to the VMAC. Bellevue to South Center is going to take you 35 minutes. North 405 now heavy from South Center through the Renton S-curves. As you head into Federal Way, South 5 at South 288th, we have a new blocking problem. It's so new, I have yet to get details, but I see the map jam up there. And we've got a backup that starts all the way back at Interurban Avenue. And in Skagit County, both directions of State Route 20 are closed near milepost 79 due to a car-motorcycle collision. No estimation when this will reopen. This is near the town of Hamilton. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Residents in Bothell being warned about a spike in outgoing mail theft. Police say they are still looking for the thieves who are looking for checks and altering them before depositing. Bothell PD's Aaron Roney.
Don't just look at the amount on the check and making sure that that cleared your account. You want to look at who it was paid to. We're seeing checks where the amount stays the same, but the name has been changed.
She is recommending people to review those cleared check images closely and to set up bank alerts if you think you've been victimized. Call Bothell Police. New poll finds broad support for Seattle's public safety cameras. KIRO News Radio's Tim Hole has those numbers.
The Seattle Metro Chamber says 75% of voters surveyed support using public cameras to help investigate crimes. That includes a slim majority of self-described progressives, with support rising above 80% among liberals and close to 90% among moderates and conservatives. Mayor Katie Wilson turned off the Stadium District cameras after World Cup while the city conducts a privacy audit. The chamber poll surveyed 500 registered Seattle voters. Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Controversial move by the Seahawks just got a little bit more complicated. Seattle's still planning to sign cornerback Terrion Arnold, but the move is on hold as the team works through logistics. NFL Network now reporting Arnold will not be allowed to practice or play anytime soon as he faces 8 felony charges in Florida tied to an armed robbery and kidnapping. Team acknowledging it will take a while before Arnold's deal is finalized. The Mariners are sending off legendary broadcaster Rick Rizzs with a farewell weekend.
Holy smokes, what a play!
The team will be celebrating Rizzs during the M's final homestand of the season with a fireworks show, ceremonial first pitch, and fan salutes. This is Rizz's last season behind the mic. He's retiring after 41 seasons calling M's games. He'll be inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame next season. Now to your forecast. We are looking at a beautiful forecast for the next couple of days. Morning clouds followed by afternoon sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 70s each day through Friday. Right now, 78 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Think fun, not funny. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Boy, that is a sign of things to come, guys. Because look, welcome to the John Curley Show. John is not here today, but I don't know, consolation prize, is that what you'll be today? Jim Dever co-hosting today. I'm Angela Poe Russell.
I'm over here. If everybody can see, and I guess I can on the YouTube feed, my microphone was upside down. Anyway, Angela,
it was
it's great
a
to see
comic
you.
sketch.
Headphones weren't plugged in.
The headphones were not plugged in. The on-off button was, you know what? I'm being hazed. That's what's going on. Joe is hazing me now.
Yes.
I just have how did you end up in here?
What?
How did you get in the studio?
world of broadcasting?
I know. How did they let you in the studio? Do they know what could happen?
Oh, they are about to find out. No, I don't know. I honestly am shocked every time I'm invited back.
Aw.
Yeah, actually shocked.
That's so humble. Well,
no,
listen.
it's just being real. It's like, you mean after the mess I made last time, you're going to let me come back in? It makes no sense.
Okay, well, let's do it again, and we'll keep being, just amazed by the fact that you can come into the studio again and again. For those who don't know, you and I co-hosted Evening together.
The best years of my life.
So that's one thing we have in common with John, is that we all spent some time on Evening.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're allowed in this building. You have to have spent some time over at King 5 at Evening Magazine.
But you're a little special, though, because you were there for how many years?
30. I was there for 34 years.
34 years.
Yeah.
So you left.
You were only there for
I was like 3 to 4.
Okay.
3 to 4,
I was
something
going to say maybe it was 2 years because
no,
we only
it's
worked
definitely 3.
We only worked in person for a couple of years.
That's a really good point.
One of those years I just saw you on a computer screen and I thought you might be AI. I wasn't sure.
Is that like my cue for a professional segue?
Oh, did I just drop a professional segue?
I think you just did. Because I do want to start the show with what I believe to be one of the wildest stories that I've heard all day. Honestly, I can say all week, and I get it's only Tuesday. So there's this company, they're called 404 Media. They do some really cool journalism work. And they put an AirTag in a large shipment of books. And they wanted to find out the destination. They were curious. They had suspicions. So it went to these other states.
So these were books that were for sale?
Yes.
Or just
so these are, so imagine booksellers that have these old, rare books. And a third party says, we want to buy 1,000 of these books.
Okay.
So that is what happened. So these books, and they never know who was buying them because it was like there was a third party.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a third party. So they were like, we don't know where these books are going. And so this company.
Mysterious buyer.
Yes.
Yeah,
So these companies kind of raised the flag a couple months ago and said, we don't know where these books are going. So this journalist said, hey, would you let me put an AirTag in your next shipment?
Yeah.
And let's just see where it's going. So the company, they said, okay, we're not going to reveal who the bookseller was because, there's no telling, right, what could happen. But, they're remaining anonymous. But the AirTag traveled all over the country, but ultimately ended up at an Amazon warehouse in Las Vegas. Now, this Amazon warehouse does ship out books.
Okay.
But where this AirTag went was to a side of the building where the employees have a T-Rex logo and it eats books.
Oh.
I'm not making this up.
They eat books.
The logo is a T-Rex of the T-Rex eating a book. And apparently, according to employees, So we can't prove 100% certainty. So this is with suspicion.
This is
that
good
they're tearing the
circumstantial
books.
evidence.
They're tearing the books up.
Yes.
And feeding them to AI.
Okay,
And
well, why
so-
don't they just download the book?
Because these are rare old books.
Oh.
So here's the deal. This is what makes this kind of creepy, guys, is they want the old kind because they're not full of AI slop.
Oh.
That was so
Because the new books are so much AI assisted,
They
it
have
would just
been
be the
touched.
snake eating its own tail if they were ingesting new books.
which could crash the model apparently.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the AI would go like, hey, this writing's not bad. It looks like something I might have done with the new books.
Yeah.
But with the old books, you're getting like little weird, I guess, phrasing and old English and
You're just
things that
getting
are teaching
old school.
it.
Anything before 2022 is what they're seeking. So
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of like old English that you can barely
some
understand.
of that too, but rare. And so at this
Okay.
facility, they're taking off the spine of the book. And because that will make it easier to feed into. So here's what's interesting. So the company 404, the reporter, his name's Emmanuel, he's now seeking to talk to people who work. So he's put out the message like, hey, if you work there,
That's great.
hit me up.
Oh, I can't wait to see where this leads.
There are a couple of things that fascinate me about this. Because journalism, years ago, you just had 3 channels. It was very simple, right? The job was a little bit less complex.
Right.
So now reporters have so much on their plate that it's hard to have these deep investigations.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to have the time, the ingenuity to actually follow this story through is just like, wow, yay, journalism, you get an A, all the good things.
It does feel like good old gumshoe kind of investigative journalism.
Yeah, with a little tech involved, right?
Yeah, this is so interesting. But, okay, so how do we feel about this? I don't like the idea of books being chewed up. That's kind of, especially if they're rare. So they have some sort of historical significance, you would think. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just rare because nobody wanted to buy them.
The idea, though, is that you're taking from human intelligence, to put it in a, what do you call it? A machine, like
large language model.
Thank you.
Yes.
A large language model. And I guess what concerns me is if you look at what happened to music. So now you can just get, like, people can write a hit song and make no money. Like, why is that okay? So there were a bunch of authors that sued to basically say this is not okay. They're taking our work that we spent years on and essentially are stealing it. And they lost that case. And there was another case with Anthropic, and the judge said, no, this is legal. So it's not. So I don't know that anything that's being done is illegal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the court of public opinion, do we want, like, I guess that's my question to everyone. And feel free to text us 888-973-5476.
Oh, nice seamless plug.
Okay.
I'm learning.
I try.
I'm learning from the best here today.
So I guess that's my question. Like, is it going to go the way of music where just anything that's in a book you can just get for free? And
Yeah. No, I do feel like, I feel like intellectual property rights have just been bulldozed. How do you even begin to gatekeep the things that are out there on the internet now? Especially because AI is all about, every time you use AI, you are accessing stolen intellectual property. Now, the courts have looked at it differently.
Yeah.
And agreed that this is okay in some cases, but it's still a bit of a gray area. And these companies, we talk about AI being this multi-trillion-dollar industry, it's standing on somewhat shaky legal ground in terms of like intellectual property rights. It hasn't all been sorted out yet.
No, and even the music piece of now they have these, AI, what do you call them? Voices that will sing the song. And the fact that it's all been taken from, because here's the crazy part. So it's taken from us, put into this large language model, and then we're going to pay to use the model that came from us.
That's right. That's right. With no compensation to any of, I just assume because of my own brilliance that AI is just filled with Jim Dever content, but it's not presented as such, and I receive no royalty for it. But, if you read something there that's very interesting, there's a good chance it originated with me, okay? That's what I'm saying.
Just saying. Well,
this is how I talk when I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, well, look, a lot of people have been pushing back against AI. Literally, we had this protest that was in Bellevue. So I don't know if you guys know, but OpenAI, it's the company behind ChatGPT. They have an office they opened in Bellevue, and so these creative protesters stormed the building wearing hot pink outfits. Did you see the pictures?
Oh, I saw the video. Yeah, it's like think of the nerdiest, the biggest theater nerds you've ever known in your entire life, all getting together and then protesting something. It's amazing.
Jim, you described it perfectly.
Thank you.
Like, I didn't know. I was trying to describe it, the facts, but you were like, picture the nerdiest protest. And that's what it was. They were literally...
It's hilarious. But it got attention. That's what a protest is supposed to do.
Got attention. They had the little chants. They were doing kind of calisthenics.
Yeah.
Like, they had some little gymnastics moves going on.
They were pretending to be rogue AI agents.
Yes.
Like the ones that escaped and attacked their rival AI competitors in the market a few weeks ago that we've all been freaking out about, because it basically shows the dark side of AI that once let loose out into the real world. I mean, those rogue AI agents were scouring the internet and causing trouble.
And they weren't even let loose. They broke loose.
They broke loose.
Yeah, that was going to say, for those who haven't heard about this, so this was through OpenAI, right? Let me pull this up. So it's through OpenAI, and they were doing some kind of test, and the AI, what do you call it? The AI, whatever, the agents, AI agents, basically got out and started trying to figure out they hacked into a platform called Hugging Face, exposed credentials, and they weren't following a command to hack the site. They just figured out how to do it themselves.
They just thought it'd be fun.
So does that make you look at the movie Short Circuit differently?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all of this
Do you remember that?
Yeah. And this is all
Johnny
real.
5?
Oh, you remember that?
I do.
I was like, you're so young. I wouldn't have. Yeah.
All this stuff is real.
I'm alive.
We're no longer talking about theoretically. All of it can happen right now or next week or maybe a month away. But we are right on the verge of all of these really drastic changes to society, to our economy. We're all in some ways vulnerable. Yes, there's great promise, but there is a few people are calling for regulation, but the vast majority of industry and political forces are saying, we got to let it just keep going. Otherwise, the Chinese are going to beat us to all the great revolutions.
We need to own it so we can manage its safety. Right.
Yeah.
But let's talk about safety for a minute. And Joe, I know you're going to help us out with this one, because there was this report that came out it was talking about the most common scams. Some of them I knew about that seemed obvious, but there were others I was like, oh my God. But the one that you wanted to call our attention to, Joe, was how AI can mimic our voices.
Yes, the voice cloning, which people are using to essentially, so you get a call from, maybe it's and they can spoof phone numbers too. So you could even get a call from, I don't know, your wife.
Your bank.
Yeah, and it says your wife's name that pops up on the phone, and she says, "Hey Jim, I'm locked out of my bank account. I just need you to, enter in a password."
They said you need to,
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you also have to put yourself in the perspective of, I'm probably not expecting this call, so I'm busy, I'm working, whatever. Okay, yes, so they're really quickly putting you in a high pressure situation. You hear it, you think you're talking to your spouse or your kids or your parents or whoever.
The problem there is my wife would never call me about any financial advice or situation. No, I would be left out of that. Thank you. I'd be left out of that decision-making process completely.
But so it is so easy to clone voices, and it takes so little data. You essentially just have to upload, they say 10 seconds of audio for any person. It can create a very viable, passable clone.
10 seconds?
10 seconds.
Have you done it to our voice yet?
I did it to both of you.
No.
So are we going to listen to this?
So yeah,
now?
I just did like 30 seconds of audio. And this, again, you can tweak it. You can change, how much flexibility it gets. You can change the kind of the tone and the mannerisms and everything else. And so this is from 30 seconds of an interview that you did with John a couple of months ago, and 30 seconds of you talking on our air yesterday. So who do you want to hear first?
Let's hear Jim.
Let's hear Angela.
Okay. I'm going to start with Angela since it's an alphabetical order.
This is crazy.
Hi, I'm Angela Poe Russell, and I am so excited to be hosting the show today. My only complaint is that I have to work with Jim Dever. I mean, really? Was every other retired TV host turned podcaster busy? We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel, guys. But above all else, working alongside Joe Wallace is an honor and a privilege I'll never take for granted. So if working with Jim is what it takes, I guess I'm in.
Do I sound like that? If so, shoot me.
Actually, that made you sound even better. You sounded so professional and clear and clean through that whole thing.
And this is again.
I'm going to throw my paper at you.
No,
you're
the
next,
paper.
buddy.
Don't
you're
throw
next.
the paper.
This is untweaked, unpolished.
Oh,
this is just a couple seconds, and I did it, in the last 20 minutes before we came on the air. And here's Jim.
Hey, Jim Dever here. I really didn't want to be doing this today, but my parole officer said I could knock out 2 months worth of community service if I do this for 4 days. So screw it. Plus, I'm assuming that Curley's on the way out, so maybe if things go well, I can replace that hack when they inevitably can him. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, my God.
That's pretty good, but you know what it did? It gave me a slight Canadian accent.
I heard that too. Yeah,
He's
there was
out.
a little bit.
Somebody's
a little
out.
Canadian.
Didn't you think his was closer? Like, I felt like yours.
No. You know why? Because you were listening to your voice and I was listening to mine. So we both think the other person's voice was closer.
I thought they were both really close. And if I didn't know,
they're close enough.
If I spent 20 more minutes and put a little bit more time into tweaking the settings.
Oh, so you can actually do more to make it sound?
Oh, yeah, you can make it sound more expressive, so more like breath between words.
But think about that voice. So you're hearing it in headphones. You're hearing it loud and clear.
You. Yeah. I would think that
and
was you.
I would think that was you. If I heard that over the phone and you said, Jim, I'm in trouble, I'm broken down, and I called my 20 best friends and none of them can help me. So since you're 21 on the list, will you come help me?
Yeah.
I would show up on the side of the road and someone would kill me.
It's terrifying.
And then they'd open my wallet and they'd realize that I never carry cash.
But seriously, there was this true story about this lady who thought her 15-year-old daughter was calling her.
Yeah.
This was 2023. It was an AI voice clone.
Okay.
And she thought her daughter was in trouble and sent money, and her daughter was fine. So as soon as I saw how good these were, I got with my kids and my husband, and we have a code word.
Yes, exactly. And that
Fantastic.
is the number
Smart.
one tip they tell you, to have a code word that you and only your kids, your husband, or your spouse, whoever, just a code word.
So maybe what we'll do, because I think we're kind of starting to run out of time, I would love later in the show to go over kind of like the top scams.
Yeah.
And listen, and I'll just admit, when I looked at this list, there were two that I'd fallen for. I mean, nothing, fortunately, major happened, but they've gotten so good. And I just think they said even people who are in tech for a living have fallen victim to some of these.
Yeah, we kind of have little drills in our family every now and then.
Tell us about your drills.
Well, I will say, what if you got, because a lot of times what these conversations are spurred by someone showing someone else a text and saying, do you think this is real?
Yes.
And then I always explain why it's not. There's urgency in here, unnecessary urgency. Your bank would never text you. There's just so many things you can see. Look at the odd URL that was included in the link.
Yes, all that.
There's a misspelling or a strange use of grammar. If you were a major bank, that would go through 10 different people before they would write you a line.
And then if you have bad grammar like you, it's hard to detect, I just had to.
Yep. Or if I'm really articulate. Anyway.
All right, I know
stuff.
who is articulate and real, and all the things, all the good things. Let's go to Nate's in our traffic center.
Yeah,
He'll go there.
Getting played off like the Oscars here, so let's do it.
All right, in Federal Way, South 5 and South 272nd, 2 right lanes are blocked from scattered debris. Looks like bags of dry concrete, maybe. You're backed up to the Duwamish curve. Seattle to Federal Way right now is up to 55 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 45 minutes. We're thick in Algona down through Sumner. North 405 in the south end, thick in South Center through the S curves. You'll thin out by the time you hit the Valley Freeway. South Center to Bellevue, 25 minutes. Bellevue to South Center, 35 minutes, and it is heavy from Southeast 8th to the VMAC. Here in Seattle, South 5 packed at Lake City Way to I-90. North 5 is heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. And crossing the lake into Seattle, westbound 90 suddenly is jammed up from West Mercer Way to I-5. Westbound 520, you'll jam up at Montlake. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Holy smokes, I can see. Hey, everybody, it's Rick Rizzs, and I just had refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision, and it's amazing. K2 Vision RLE means no more readers or glasses for me. Plus, I'll never get a cataract. Now, when I call a game, you won't see those readers dangling from the end of my nose to see the field and then my notes. I only wish I had done it sooner. It's like seeing a whole new ball game. K2 Vision RLE was quick and painless, over in just minutes, and I knew I was in great hands. The K2 Vision RLE team has done over 150,000 lens procedures. You can trust their stuff. K2 Vision RLE is my permanent solution to a lifetime of great vision. It could be yours too. Enjoy life's good years without readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Get your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Then you can make the same call I did. Goodbye, glasses. K2VisionRLE.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance here again with Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are some folks getting CP 504 notices. This is not something that should be ignored. You need a professional.
When you receive a CP 504 notice, alarm bells need to go off. And as much as you just want to push that envelope aside, because they know it's not going to be good. And it's not a very good notice to get, because it means the IRS is really coming down on you hard. Get help right away. Call somebody that knows what they're doing and get some assistance.
How have you helped?
We help them by understanding exactly where they're at. We interview them, we talk with them, find out. We'd like to know, how did you get here? And then we make a plan whereby we do our level best to help people with this struggle they are having now with their taxes.
Judgment-free.
Judgment-free.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with None Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, None Better Tax Resolution.
At Carrier, we know that a comfortable home is a happy one. Whether it's with innovative breakthroughs in heating and cooling efficiency, or with different ways to control your home's temperature and air quality, we are always imagining new ways to make your home totally comfortable.
Turn to the experts and let your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer improve your home's comfort and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find an expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
At Sound Kitchen and Bath, every kitchen is custom. Hi, this is Tammy Michaels. We've created thousands of beautiful custom kitchens featuring gorgeous cabinetry and finishes with extraordinary woods like American black walnut and cherry. All design styles from mid-century modern, traditional, contemporary, and more. We excel at custom kitchen design and will make the process easy and enjoyable for you. Sound Kitchen and Bath, soundkitchenandbath.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. About 2 million acres of Washington forest could soon be open to new road construction. The Trump administration pushing forward with that plan to roll back the federal protections. The story from KIRO News Radio's Tim Hole.
It's at least the third attempt to repeal the 25-year-old roadless rule. Nick Smith with the American Forest Resource Council says it would give forest managers more flexibility and better access for firefighting.
In order to manage our forests, you need forest roads. And so it would give firefighters better and safer opportunities to access fires before they burn out of control.
But Tom Uniac with Washington Wild says adding roads could actually increase wildfire risk.
Most fires start near roads because most fires are started by people.
Nearly 45 million acres would be affected nationwide. Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Months after the deadly tank failure at a paper mill in Longview, crews have started dismantling the damaged tank at the center of that disaster that killed 11 people. Investigations by the state and federal agencies, meantime, into the cause of that collapse are still underway. A group of 12-year-olds from Tacoma are on the national stage representing the Northwest in the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Dan Huteson's 12-year-old son is on the squad. He tells KIRO Radio's Gene Ursula a lot of the boys have played together for the last 4 years.
These guys have just gelled together for the last few years and have really made an asserted effort to be able to make this their goal. And to be able to have such a lofty goal and then actually be here is unreal.
Boys from Soundview Little League begin their tournament tomorrow. First pitch at noon on ESPN. A local woman becomes the first person on record to swim all the way around Vashon Island. 51-year-old Mary Singer completed the roughly 32-mile swim in just over 15 hours, wearing just a standard swimsuit. The Tacoma News-Tribune reports she made that swim last week with support crews and escort boats. Singer is a veteran open water swimmer with major endurance swims across the U.S. and England. She tells the Tribune the Vashon Island swim was the longest and toughest of her career. Now to the traffic desk at 3:33. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, Federal Way, South 5 and South 272nd. Two right lanes are blocked as crews clean up this debris. Again, looks like maybe bags of dry concrete spilled from a truck. We're backed up to MLK Junior Way. Seattle to Federal Way right now is going to take you 50 minutes. Over to Bellevue, South 405. We're packed from Southeast 8th all the way down to Northeast 44th near the VMAC. Bellevue to South Center, 35 minutes. South 5 heading into Seattle. Our backup has grown a bit, is now heavy from 85th to I-90, 35-minute drive from Linwood. North 5, scattered backups from the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both right around 40, 45 minutes. Everett to Marysville, once you get there, is another 15-minute trip. Scattered backups from 526 to 528. And in Skagit County, both directions of State Route 20 are closed this afternoon near milepost 79 due to a car-motorcycle collision. No estimation when this will reopen. Looks like this could be a long-term closure. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now to your forecast. Nothing but sunshine this week, although we do have some morning clouds to get through each day through Friday. And then highs topping out of the upper 70s and low 80s. Right now, 79 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Well, this hour brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance.
I still can't find the button. What's wrong with me?
Jim, you're good at other things.
I know, but I just can't find the button. It's the blue one on the right. Okay, sorry. Jim Dever here, along with my pal Angela Poe Russell, sitting in for John Curley. I was going to try to do a John Curley voice coming back from the break because I thought that could fool people.
Will you do it next time?
Okay.
Or we'll get the AI to do it. Could AI do better than you?
Yes, it could do much better than I could.
Really?
AI can do my voice better than me. I'm sure it could do Curly better than I can do Curly. For
We're
sure.
gonna have to find out. That'll be the next thing let's have him welcome back, and then we'll have AI do it.
Do you want to hear agitated John Curley?
Oh yes.
Get me! I asked for the notes an hour ago. Damn it! Get me the notes now. Something like that. Anyway, was it close?
I've never heard him yell before.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I can teach you how.
I missed that era.
I can teach you how to get. No, he's so calm now. Yeah. He's gotten old.
Oh yeah, he's chill.
Just like the rest of it. He's gotten very calm in his older age. He's a very sweet man now. You should have seen him in his 30s. Oh. Anyway, what I have to say is be the change you wish to see in the world. One of my favorite quotes, and that's what a group of very generous Snohomish County women are doing with a grassroots fundraising organization that just hit the $500,000 mark. Fantastic. Co-founder Janet Bacon joins us now. Janet, congratulations.
Hi. Oh, yes. And thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you bet. Tell us a little bit about your organization. It's called 100+ Women Who Care About Snohomish County. Is that right?
Yes, and that's exactly what it is. We are a group of women. We are not a nonprofit. We are not a 501c3. Mm-hmm. We are a group of women that get together 3 times a year, and each one of us gives $100, and we pool all the money together. We select a nonprofit. We actually the nonprofits are nominated by our members, and then we literally draw 3 out of the hat. They come and do a presentation, we vote, and we give them all the money. And again, we're not a nonprofit, so we don't keep any of the money. And we've given over $500,000 since we started. We're really honored, grateful to do this.
I just got tingles, Angela.
Yeah.
Did you? I know you did.
Listen, when I saw this story in the Everett Herald, I was blown away because I was like, wait, you've only been around 6 years. And being able to raise $500,000, $500,000, getting together, I mean, in 6 years, how did you do that in that short amount of time?
Well, it really started around my kitchen table. It's not an original idea. It was started in Michigan in 2006, but we found out about the idea and we started it around my kitchen table, and we had 9 of us, and we decided we could do it. We really didn't know what we were doing, but we did it. And we invited friends to come. And what we basically said is bring $100 and a generous heart. And we started in April of 2019. And our goal was always $10,000. The theme is, 100 times 100 is 10,000.
That's fantastic.
And so we started by just inviting our friends, and then they invited friends, and they invited friends, and it's fun and it's rewarding, and people love the simplicity of it, and they love that the money goes directly to the nonprofit.
Yeah, it's just that simple, right? Bring $100.
Yep.
If you can do it 3 times a year, fantastic. And because you're not a nonprofit and officially certified nonprofit or whatever, you can do with your money what you want to do with your money. Nobody's telling you, oh, you have to give a certain amount to this sort of charity or that sort of charity. Is that why you do it? You have flexibility that way?
Yeah, it's really simple. And the nonprofits, again, are nominated by our members. And so it's nonprofits that they care about. And then we literally draw them out of a hat. I mean, we're beyond grassroots. We literally draw them out of a hat and then invite them to come to our giving circles, which are 3 times a year. And, I always say if I give $100 and you give $100, that's great. But last time we had 220 people give $100, and that really adds up, and it's fun, and it's we don't call it a networking event, but when you get 200 women in a room, there's some networking that goes on.
Yes.
But that's not our goal at all.
And great things happen when you get women in the room, right? So
and that's the power of it. That's the power of the women together. Generous people, and just the power of us together is incredible.
Yeah. So since 2019, you've helped more than 20 nonprofits, and you've had these presentations. Could you share with us some of the stories, some of the impact that you've been able to see firsthand from your giving? Any stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So our very first one was Faith Food Bank, and we were not really sure what we were doing, but they were selected as our recipient. Well, they ended up being selected, and in addition to that, we had one of our members, who I didn't even know at the time, approached the woman and said, "What will you do with that money?" And she said, "We're going to buy a big commercial freezer." And this woman said, "Let me tell you what, I will buy the freezer with myself and my friends, and I will buy the freezer, and you use that." At that point, I think we gave $11,000, and you use that money for the food bank. And so the ripple effect, we had someone else give them a vehicle. We have, I can talk about babies of homelessness. We gave them, I don't recall the exact number, but they were able to buy 80,000 diapers for babies, homeless babies. We just gave $29,000 to Nick of Time, and I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they do CPR checks on high school kids. The woman who started it, her son died of cardiac arrest, and so now they give checks and they teach CPR, and
it's free screenings, right? It's free screenings. Like they go to the different schools and offer screenings so that kids don't, you have a heads up if you have some kind of condition.
Yeah.
Right. So we were able to give them $29,000.
That's
which
fantastic.
Is great. Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. So it really, I mean, you're seeing the impact of what you're doing all around you. And I love as well that it's from people in Snohomish County for people in Snohomish County, right?
Well, we have, we have some members that do not live in Snohomish County.
Well, that's what I meant to say. Some of the members don't live in Snohomish County.
That's correct. Most everyone does. I mean, I'd say 95% do. But all the money has to stay in Snohomish County. That's one of the criteria.
Yeah. Janet, what is this experience being? You talked about it starting around the kitchen table, and now it just having this ripple effect. What is this experience and being part of this group taught you about life?
Oh my gosh. People want to do good for other people. They really, really do. And so I feel like so proud and so honored that we have been able to help people. I have people approach me all the time and say, "Oh, Janet, you make it so easy. I just get to come here and have some fun, actually, and give $100, and we're making a huge impact." So it satisfies my heart. I'm just extremely proud of it, and it's really exceeded expectations, honestly. And we continue to grow. Yeah.
I bet the moment that you hand over that bag of cash must be something amazing for you and for whoever's getting it.
Well, Jim, that's funny you say that, because we literally give them a bag of cash. We don't take credit cards.
What?
And we don't take credit cards. So it's cash or checks. And I feel really strongly about that, because I want the whole $100 to go to the nonprofit. I don't want the fees. And so we literally give them a bag of cash. So if you can imagine a gift bag with $30,000.
What? We have to get pictures of this for later.
And I should also, this might be a good time to let you know that Angela and I are starting a charity that we want just for ourselves.
Jim.
And we do accept cash.
Janet, you are doing great. How can we support quickly? We have a few seconds. How can we support you?
So I shouldn't ask for money?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would really invite people, women to join us. And you can email us at 100womensnohomish@gmail.com. Or we have a website, 100womensnohomish.com.
I love it.
And we also have a Facebook page. And we do have our next giving circle is October 12th at the Sons of Norway in Everett. And even our space is given to us for free. I mean, I always say we have no money. I mean, we don't keep any money, none of it. It all goes to the nonprofit. So even our location is given to us. It's just wonderful. It's really people getting together that want to help other people. That's really the bottom line.
Thank you, Janet. You're our new hero. And have fun at the celebration. The $500,000 raised in 6 years. That's not nothing. And boy, just celebrate yourselves for a change.
Oh, gosh.
You've been celebrating the community, and we all appreciate it.
100%. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's check in on traffic with Nate.
All right, Angela, Seattle Mariners have our quick update. Federal Way, South 5 at South 272nd. 2 right lanes remain blocked as crews clean up debris. We're backed up to MLK Junior Way. Seattle to Federal Way has improved a bit, 45 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia looking great, just 35 minutes. Your biggest holdup is maybe about a 2-3 mile backup between Lacey and Olympia. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 45-minute commute. We're crowded between Renton and Kent, not too heavy. It is bumper to bumper, though, from Pacific into Puyallup. North 405 is heavy through South Center. You'll thin out in the Renton S-curves. Westbound 90 across the lake is heavy from the Mercer Tunnel to I-5. Westbound 520 is clear across the lake. You will jam up at the Arboretum to I-5, right around a half-hour commute from Bellevue on both bridge routes. And if you're climbing over Tiger Mountain Summit, westbound 18 is packed between Deep Creek and the summit, about a 3-mile backup here. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. The next show is August 21st as the Mariners take on the Cubs. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Walter is a soccer player, a soccer coach, and a soccer dad. So when he injured his Achilles, it affected everything.
Every time I ran or tried to play soccer, it would just get worse.
And he wasn't the only one dealing with it.
I was a soccer parent, and within a few weeks, 2 other fathers tore their Achilles or damaged their Achilles. They went to the surgery. I went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I was back up and running, and they were jealous because it took them months to recover. One of them never fully recovered.
That's right. Walter chose to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy. The most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures.
The recovery period is so short, and the feeling that you have of being completely back to normal is overwhelming.
So, whether it's a hip, like I had, a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Nearly 1 in 4 people killed on the road in Washington weren't driving. Pedestrians on our roads are incredibly vulnerable, whether they're facing drunk, drugged, drowsy, or distracted drivers. Pedestrians are defenseless on our streets. That's why Davis Law Group fights for pedestrian accident victims and their loved ones after a crash. Davis Law Group delivers. So if you or a loved one have been injured, call Davis Law Group today at 206-888-8888 or visit davislawgroupseattle.com.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value, and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today, and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour, and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Then, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn, understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey now. Text us at the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476. This is Jim Devers sitting in with my pal, Angela Poe Russell, for John Curley, who, should we start a rumor about where he is right now?
Why not?
He is starting a new dance school in the suburbs of Paris for male jazz interpretive dance. And apparently they do it with very little clothing over there, which is why he had to take the whole thing over to France. The rules around it are very lax. And that's what he was looking for. He tried to set it up here about a year ago in Yakima, and they shut him down because it was against some of the indecency laws that were on the books over there in Yakima. Cle Elum, too. I mean, that's where the satellite office always is for everything. And so he tried to set it up there. They also didn't like it very much.
The fact that you say all this with a straight face is wild.
This is my AI version saying this. Could it be? Could I be AI right now? I could be. This is going to be a theme throughout our show today.
What's the code word?
Pineapple. Pineapple. So now everyone
back
knows.
To the news.
But here's the thing we really want to say is thank you, Rick Rizzs.
Yes.
He's a Mariners and broadcasting legend, and he gets his flowers this weekend. The retiring but never shy Rick Rizzs is nearing the end of his victory lap season with a series of heartfelt farewells, and the Mariners are really kicking it off. You don't kick things off in baseball. They're really saying goodbye in style with the Rick Rizzs Farewell Weekend, honoring his, get this, 41 seasons. 41 seasons. Even I didn't do that over at the old King 5.
You came pretty close, though. 33. It's
Yeah, but, 41. That's crazy. The final 3 games are dedicated to honoring Rizz's long tenure as one of the narrators of baseball in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
So all that's going on. Earlier this season, he decided that this would be his final season. People encouraged him, take a victory lap, have some fun with it. And so he decided to do that.
Have you had a chance to meet him before?
Yes, many times.
Okay. It's like that. Okay.
Yeah. I've got him in my phone, I texted him when I saw the Rizzs sandwich over at a bagel shop. I said, there's a sandwich named after you. I was really excited, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty good. You should try it. Not that big a deal. Holy Smokes Hotline is a place where fans can call and leave a message for him. You can call 206-346-4299. Write that down.
346. So repeat that again. So we can actually call and leave a message.
At 346-4299, area code 206.
That's
and you
awesome.
can wish Rick happiness in his retirement
That'd
if you
be
wish.
wonderful. I love that as opposed to like the cards that stack up. Oh, the cards are nice. I love good cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, shall we see what's happening on the roads?
Yes, let's do it, man.
Flies,
All
man.
right. Yeah, Federal Way South 5 and South 272nd. 2 right lanes are blocked this afternoon as crews are cleaning up a bunch of debris. Looks like these were bags of dry concrete that spread across the freeway. You're backed up to MLK Junior Way. Seattle to Federal Way right now is at 45 minutes. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. It's a collision in that right lane. That's got you backed up onto Mercer Island, starting near Island Crest Way. North 5 into Seattle is heavy just before the West Seattle Bridge of the Ship Canal. 25 minutes to get through downtown. South 5 bumper to bumper at Lake City Way to I-90, Linwood to Seattle. Plan on 40 minutes. If you're going to Everett, Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, 50. And Everett to Marysville, right around 15 minutes. We're looking pretty good up there. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner. If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it. Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Clogged gutters? Not anymore. K-Guard by Guardian keeps leaves out, water flowing, and your home protected year-round. No maintenance, no rust, just lasting peace of mind. Guardian Roofing, the original Make Your Roof Last company. Visit GuardianRoofing.com.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Eric Johnson here. I covered a lot of accidents over the past 30 years or so, but I never got to say much about what to do after a crash. Be honest, do you know what evidence to collect, what pictures to take, what documents to request, or what you shouldn't say to your insurance company? The Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the roads throw at them. Know your rights and how to avoid common mistakes after an accident by getting your free copy at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
It's the best time of the year at Staples, with back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Pennsylvania's Attorney General announced Agostino Abbiatello, the alleged leader of the cocaine trafficking ring involving Penn State University students and frat houses, surrendered today. ABC's Matt Rivers has details.
Officials say the group brought in kilos of cocaine at a time in 2023 and 2024, making trips to Philadelphia and New York City to refill their supplies. Former students Agostino Abbiatello, Thomas Robinson, and 3 others facing federal corrupt organizations and conspiracy charges, among others. 8 others facing misdemeanor charges. The parent of 1 student charged for allegedly interfering with the investigation.
Penn State University officials say the school is cooperating with law enforcement. Voters across 4 states casting ballots today ahead of the midterm elections. In Florida, recent Republican-led redistricting maps are in effect. The races could determine control in the House and Senate. On Wall Street, uncertainty over the war in Iran pushing oil prices up and stocks lower. This is ABC News. For more than a week, Israeli settlers have moved in on multiple homes in the occupied West Bank, with reports of loitering and threatening families. One of those targeted homes belongs to a Palestinian American where his brother lives. ABC's Tom Sufi Burridge has more.
Louis Reedy, who is a Palestinian American from Ohio, has now returned to his house in that village, which was one of the homes under siege. His brother was among those trapped inside. And in that symbolic move, raising the American flag on his property, saying he hopes it would send a signal to U.S. officials, because he fears that if and when those Israeli troops move out of the village of Kusra, the settlers could return en masse again.
In Oakland, California, the latest trial against Meta underway. The parent company of Instagram and Facebook facing a lawsuit by nearly 30 state attorneys general, alleging the platforms have a negative impact on young users' mental health. Meta denies the allegations. And in court filings, Meta estimates it could be forced to pay damages up to $1.4 trillion. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Coming up, a lawmaker looks to strengthen the rules on gun crimes involving minors. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Seattle to Federal Way, plan on 45 minutes. We've got a couple blocking problems now. At South 188, the collision blocks your center lane. And down at South 272nd, 2 right lanes remain blocked from a spilled load. Scattered backup start at MLK Junior Way. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel, a collision blocks your right lane. We're bumper to bumper now to Island Crest Way. Westbound 520 is an option. You're clear across the lake. You will jam up at the Arboretum over to I-5. Through downtown Seattle, North 5, heavy backup starting before the West Seattle Bridge to your Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes to get through all this. South 5 is solid from about 85th now down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, 40-minute trip. Bellevue to South Center on 405 is 40 minutes. And Renton to Puyallup along the Valley Freeway, a 45-minute trip. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. The Seattle Center shooting is prompting a new legal push to crack down on juvenile gun crime. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch explains.
South King County State Representative David Hackney wants juvenile gun offenders pushed into the criminal justice system after just 2 gun cases instead of waiting for violence to erupt. Hackney says getting young gun offenders into the system sooner means they get more of the help they need. Right now, Washington juveniles can be diverted 4 times for gun possession before facing criminal charges on the 5th. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Washington state troopers want to hear from people who may have witnessed a drive-by shooting on westbound I-90 today. State Patrol says a passenger in a dark gray Infiniti G37 fired at a driver between 11 and 11:15 a.m. This happened between the SR 900 and Westlake Sammamish Parkway exits. The victim was not hurt. The Infiniti sped off. If you have dash camera footage and were in the area at that time, detectives want you to contact them. City of Renton now one vote away from a new ban on camping on public property. The latest from KIRO Newsradio's Tim Hole.
Most of those who spoke at Monday's council meeting opposed the idea, including Brandon Conley, who says he's a successful software engineer today, but was homeless in the past.
Too many of us are one bad day away from losing everything. What separates the people in this room from the people this ordinance targets is not character, it is a safety net that happened to hold up.
After an emotional 2-hour meeting,
No, kindly, I really need you to stop the outbursts.
the council advanced the measure on a 3-2 vote. Officers would first offer available services. Repeat violations could lead to trespass charges, prosecution, and fines of up to $1,000. Final vote September 14th. Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle Seahawks still planning to sign cornerback Terrion Arnold, but don't expect to see him on the field anytime soon. NFL Network reporting once that deal is done, Arnold will be sidelined indefinitely while he faces 8 felony charges in Florida, including armed robbery and kidnapping. It means the former first-round pick will not be allowed to play or even practice after he signs. Now to your forecasts. We are seeing beautiful blue skies for tonight and again tomorrow. Some morning clouds followed by afternoon sunshine. Same for Thursday and again on Friday. Then a few showers actually returning on Saturday. Right now, 79 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Well, they're keeping us around in spite of. Welcome to the John Curley Show. I am Angela Poe Russell, along with the fanciful Jim Dever.
I like that.
If you are on the YouTube feed, I think you just got a treat.
A little
or it was
bit.
a trick. I don't know.
I'm not.
I don't know what to call it. But listen, we're here. We're filling in for John this week. And it's been fun being. I feel like we need to play that song "Reunited." It feels so good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a long time since we worked together.
Yeah.
These days we forgot to address this. I mean, since you left evening, when did you leave evening on King 5?
Oh my gosh, a year and a half ago.
Okay, and you've been working on this digital show, which I
That's
happen
right.
to love.
With our mutual friend Kim Holcomb. I've
Yes.
been working on Upper Lefters, which is we covered all the fun around the Pacific Northwest. It's like both of us, having worked at Evening for so long, really fell in love with telling stories about the people and the places around the Pacific Northwest. So it was kind of like, well, we can still do that. You don't need a TV station to do that.
Yeah, and you guys, as the kids say, you blew up, right? I mean,
you've
only been around for how many months, and you have all these followers and YouTube views.
We're doing okay. Yeah, we've got about 100,000 fans, as you would call it, across the 4 major social media platforms.
In how many months?
A little over a year now.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun, and the response has been great, and it still cracks me up when I'm out and about and somebody goes, oh, it just happened the other day. I was out with my wife, and they said, are you the Upper Lefters? They knew nothing about, Evening Magazine. It's like, well, I was there for like 34 years.
You were there for 30 years, and someone sees you, and they're like Upper Lefters.
They're probably new to the area or something, and they're like, yeah, they saw me in the social media feed, so I guess that's where that came from.
Yeah, well, here's the joke. I don't know how many people know this, but when I first saw the title Upper Lefters, of course, I'm thinking, the United States, but that wasn't where my mind went first.
Yeah.
Because in our office, whenever Kim would get frustrated with Jim, she would say, I'm going to punch you in the throat.
Exactly.
And so when I
you were
saw
thinking
Upper
like an
Lefters, I was like, oh, that's cute.
Hit me with an upper left. Oh!
Yeah, but it was always fun working with you, like coming to work when you were there. It was just, you always made it so much fun, and it still feels that way.
Same here. I've missed it, so this has been a real treat for me. So
we only worked together in that office for 3 years, so I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a huge Costco fan.
Oh, yeah.
I know that
about
It's kind of ridiculous.
You.
Like, if you were to, tick off items, you'd be like, do you get that from Costco? I'd be like, yes. Do
Yeah.
you get that?
So they've dropped their restraining order against you? You can go back in now?
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
So
wasn't supposed to say it out loud.
I mean, I'm talking, so like, yes, I love the hot dogs. Yes, I get my glasses from there.
Yeah.
Yes, furniture. Yes, clothes.
Everything.
I mean, literally.
Yeah.
It's kind of like our bed came from Costco.
Travel?
You know what? Yes. We have to.
Tires?
No, only because the place we go, they've done such a good job. We had no reason to. But now, once I get a certain age, Costco can infiltrate my life even more.
How's that?
Because they just announced this partnership where they're getting into Medicare.
Oh, yeah.
Health insurance. So Medicare Advantage. They're partnering with this company called Scan. It's a not-for-profit. They already do Medicare stuff. So they're going to bring like their health insurance experience. Costco bringing its experience of just treating customers well and offer health insurance. It sounds like Scan has about 460,000 members at 33 counties. With Costco, they're going to start in a few states.
Okay.
And I mean, but so could you see yourself?
in Washington, are they going to be here?
You know what, they didn't say specifically, but Scan does have customers in Washington.
Okay.
So I have to imagine.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, they're going to start at home base. I have to imagine. So, I mean, would you get your health insurance from if you
Sure.
Medicare Advantage?
You know, at this stage of my life, I'll get my health insurance anywhere that'll take me, you know? It's kind of true, especially if you're not if you don't have work supplied insurance. I still get my insurance through the broadcast union.
Okay.
That I was part of in TV. So for a year and a half, but I'm not sure what happens next year. I'm not sure how long they're going to let me keep paying minimal dues and still get full coverage.
I can give you that answer.
I don't like your answer, but I've been able to stretch it out so far. It'll be like 2 full years. So
that's good.
Of coverage.
That's
So
amazing.
I'm hoping I can keep riding that pony.
It can be, yeah. I just love that we just featured a story on the show a couple of months ago about the Costco employee who was able to become a millionaire. Like
Amazing.
Normal life, just good old fashioned saving and getting good benefits. And then he was telling the story of how his wife went through this serious illness and he had to take time off work and how Costco took care of them. So I just love that we have a company that's homegrown here.
Yeah.
And it's one, I don't mind them getting into other areas of business because I feel like they've done those other areas well.
Yeah, it's a company that's been innovative all along, and they keep innovating. I guess this is the next stage. They're going to be in every part of our lives from now on.
Costco and your Medicare. Okay, stay tuned for that.
Well, here's another medical issue, not quite as positive. Harborview has reported. Harborview, Seattle's trauma hospital, says that e-bike and e-scooter injuries are way up. I mean, way up in a way that's kind of shocking. And 2020, they had 29 injuries reported to e-bikes and e-scooters, and last year they had 252.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, just to level set, we've done lots of stories on this, and we've heard from surgeons, whatever. But I've never heard these numbers directly from Harborview, and that's our big trauma center.
Yeah.
So you're saying in 2020, 20 under 30 injuries from e-bikes.
Correct.
And now we're 6 years later, and
we're nearly, I'm not good with math, but I'd say
it's almost like 10
eightfold it's gone up, something like that.
Wow.
Since that time, more than eightfold, I suppose. Yeah, and there are several reasons for it. One is the speed of these things. Also, people who rent an e-bike or an e-scooter are less likely to wear a helmet than someone who owns one. And because the ride share market has exploded, a lot of people are just riding around without helmets. And in 2022, the city repealed its helmet laws. It wasn't enforcing them anyway, but in 2022, they took them off the books. Well,
so that people could get on their scooters and bikes. And
there were some social explanations that the laws weren't being applied uniformly.
Don't do it. No. Okay, wait. So we got rid of something else because we didn't like how it was being implemented.
Right. Instead of fixing how it was.
The problem,
exactly.
You just get away with it. Like, this is driving me nuts.
You're going to take me to the whole camera controversy in a second if you keep going.
God,
So
Guys.
Anyway,
like, make it. Can we just?
I know. I got you. No, go ahead. I'm going to let you go on this one because I think I'm going to agree what you have to say.
Get rid of the law designed to protect people because we don't think it's being enforced equally,
properly. Yeah, or equally, right? Yeah, exactly.
I wish you could see my face, guys. Okay.
Well,
I'll let you give your
because
point.
what you're saying is common sense. Fix the problem with it. Don't get rid of it. But see, I think there were underlying forces as well because the rideshare people, or whatever you call these things,
bingo,
they wanted to make more money.
And the traffic people who want more cars off the road, so they want people to be able to commute in a fast way.
Here's the thing. I'm torn on this issue because I think it would be great if we were all riding around on e-scooters and e-bikes. I just don't like the idea of so many kids or young adults coming into the hospital with lifelong head trauma injuries. And that is what's happening. Now, I would like to pivot, though. I think we've heard this story that this is a bad thing, and we can all agree on that. But there are some possible solutions on the horizon if we are bold enough to attempt them. Okay, so the way you can stop these injuries is by changing the road design. We see how contentious that is, how long it takes to do that. There's also software to limit the speed on these things. People kind of get around it because of the hills around here. You can really bomb down a hill, even if you can only accelerate to 15 miles an hour. You can far exceed that going down a hill. The big piece of this, as far as I see, is helmets. Because there are going to be accidents, but if you fly off and you have something on your head to protect it, that will definitely help. The problem is, if you're ride sharing something, you don't have a helmet on it. There is a solution for that. There are companies now, and in fact, if you go to Vancouver, BC, they have helmets attached to the bikes.
Okay, so then how do you deal with, because I've thought that would be a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But then there's germs and have they figured that out?
And nobody, for good reason, wants to wear a helmet somebody else has just worn, especially a sweaty person on a bike. So what they have is a very clever little invention. They have several layers of a protective liner that actually peel off.
Oh.
So you peel it off like a lint roller, basically, and you get a fresh liner for you. And you simply wad that thing up, put it in the garbage, and you're on your way with a helmet. And they have strict helmet laws, too, that they will enforce. So you wear it because you'll get a ticket if you don't. And now you don't have an excuse because this system kind of works. And it locks into the bike so that when you're done, the helmet also goes into the bike. Then the app allows you to walk away.
So the bike won't let you start till you do the
I don't think it will. I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
Okay.
But I don't think it will.
So this is almost like, have you been to
And you can't steal the helmet either. It has to go back to the bike.
I love it. So you know those toilets that give you the covers and they're automatic and you peel it off? Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah.
Is it, so it's kind of like that. Like you've seen.
Wait, they peel off?
Yeah. So basically,
they're
automatic. I've seen them. They're automatically on the toilet. And then once it peels off, the automatic thing comes up.
Yep.
But I think that's brilliant, and it feels like a no duh. Like, why wouldn't we do that?
It kind of works. And if it keeps, even if you get that 200 and some people going into the emergency room with a head injury, those aren't all head injuries, by the way.
Oh, of course. They have legs, but the thing is your brain is the thing that you can't easily fix, right?
Yeah. And Vancouver's using Lime, by the way, too, the same company that we have here. So they have this, they have the technology.
Do it. Yeah. They just need somebody to have the courage to say, and to stand up to all the lobbies. There's so many pressures around transportation, especially in this city. You know, people scream very loudly about possible solutions to some of these problems. You just need someone with the courage to say, no, we're gonna save a few lives. We're gonna change this.
Yeah, someone said that the helmets will just get stolen, and I'm like, well, if they're stealing them to use them, I'm like, well, I'm not for stealing, but I'm saying,
well, if you're using an app and you don't return the helmet, it'll know, and then that's a mark on you. They can charge you for it. That can be in their user agreement, or they can just make the bike. You know, I guess your app would. I guess you've finished your ride when you steal it, but yeah, if you don't steal it, they know, and they know who you are.
Well, you have to take a picture when you park it. You have to take a picture that it's in like a proper place to park it. So I would imagine that the helmet has to be reattached too.
Yeah,
for that photo.
I'm not gonna lie. We have some folks on the text line making a really good point. How sometimes the riders, at least on the scooters, as a pedestrian, I feel unsafe sometimes because I've seen people just speeding down a sidewalk.
They are
I'm like,
vehicles.
dude, you are not supposed to be on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and they are powered vehicles, and they're sharing the space with people who are just old people, people with disabilities, children, zipping small pets, and these things come zipping by. I don't know how many times I've almost been killed down on Westlake, over on the other side of Lake Union.
Okay.
There's that we used to go down there for the show sometimes when we'd get a boat.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And man, it's marked, but when you're just kind of in your own world and you're walking across the sidewalk, you don't expect a very fast-moving vehicle to come within a couple feet of you, and it happens all the time. No. And people step into that bike lane. I'd be curious of what the statistics are over there. I bet people are getting hit by bikes and scooters all the time along there.
So since you're coming up with solutions, because I love this helmet idea, and it's the model in Vancouver, to me, it just makes perfect sense to say, you know what, if you're going to offer, we're seeing so many emergency room visits that, and I'm sure it's taxing our healthcare system, all the things. And provide these. If you're going to operate them, you need to provide these things. They're sanitary. It makes sense to me. But we don't seem to be a fan of making sense. And I know weren't planning to go there, but we're going there
let's
because
go there.
You know what I'm talking about. This whole no turn on red. And so I'm looking for solutions because case in point of what happened today, I couldn't turn on red. And as soon as I did get a green, pedestrians are walking. So I can't turn then. So I'm like, when am I supposed to turn if you're not offering a green arrow to I don't
It's frustrating, and I wish I had a strong point of view on that because the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, this actually does drop pedestrian fatalities way down to have the no turn on red. It's very frustrating, and it wasn't legal to turn right on red anywhere in the country before the 1950s. But ever since then, the West Coast kind of led the way. California, Oregon, and Washington were the first three to do it, to allow it.
I'm ignoring your facts.
I know, but I know that's what because I feel you. I feel the same way you're talking right now about the frustration of sitting at a red light and there's nobody in the intersection and I can't make a right turn. That's when people kind of wink, wink, don't follow the rule and just go. And I don't know that a lot of tickets have been written for that either, by the way.
My thing is, okay, if you want to do that, fine, but then give us a green arrow.
Yeah.
Because when am I supposed? It's almost like they either want to make us so frustrated that they think we're just going to give up our car. Not going to happen. So come up with something else. Or two, they just aren't thinking this fully through.
That's the solution. It's the green arrow is the solution because both. I have never come closer to hitting somebody with my car as going right on red because you're always looking over your left, and you're waiting to make that turn, and they just sneak up on you. So I think it's a safety concern, but they have to do the red arrow because there has to be an opportunity. Otherwise, traffic. I mean, how much money is that costing? I drive downtown to pick up my wife twice a week. And the amount of traffic that gets backed up because you can't make a right turn off of Stewart onto First Avenue is insane. It gets backed up for blocks sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you. I know. It's not a really great solution to it, unfortunately. You do have to – this is constantly in a city, especially with traffic patterns. How many people are we going to save? How much time are we going to waste? How much money are we going to cost? Those things are always in tension.
But the green arrow seems like such a – I can't see any problem with that.
But it adds a cycle to the light. So,
I know.
So now you have one more.
Yeah, they need to do
wait.
it. I love what Melissa texts in and she goes, we just need to do what others do in cities. All pedestrians walk, no cars move. Then all cars move, no pedestrians walk. It works phenomenally.
Where do they do that in other cities? Though I know they do it. There's
Pike
one
and First Avenue. They do that.
Yeah, and in West Seattle at the junction they do that. It's walk all ways.
Right.
Over by Easy Street Records.
Yeah. Someone said, I love the diagonal crosswalks like in West Seattle. Pedestrians go all at once.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a pretty cool one. I mean, that one's got some history to it. I think they took it away for a little bit and people complained and it came back.
All right. We need to rise up, y'all, and be the change we want to see.
Yeah. I'm still confused about what change I'm supposed to make, though, with this. I don't know.
I think the green arrow is a solution, kind of just like let pedestrians have their turn, let us have a turn in the cars.
You can also have a right turn arrow that is triggered by the pedestrian, just like a walk, don't walk. Yeah. So if no one's there, it doesn't stop you from turning right.
So depend on AI.
If it's a sensor. It actually could be a sensor, AI, or you could just touch touch the button.
Nate, do you ever weigh, as the traffic person, do you ever weigh in on these traffic topics? Or are you just staying neutral and reporting?
I have to remain neutral. It's in the contract.
Yeah, neutral, like the traffic today.
That's right. Yeah, yes, Jim, you nailed it. Everett to Marysville, just under a 20-minute commute. We're crowded from 526 up to 88th there near the Tulalip Resort Casino. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. We've got what is now a long-term collision in that right lane. That's got you backed up bumper to bumper approaching Island Crest Way. Westbound 520 is clear across the lake. You will jam up at the Arboretum. Bellevue to South Center plan on 40 minutes. So we've got a really hefty backup between 520 and Northeast 44th near the VMAC. Then it opens up right away for you until you get down to the West Valley Highway where it jams up over to I-5, essentially along South Center. Seattle to Federal Way, 40 minutes. We're packed from the Duwamish Curve to 516. We cleared our earlier blocking problems. Tacoma to Olympia continues to look great at just 35 minutes. And in Skagit County, both directions of State Route 20 remain closed near milepost 79 where we have an investigation going on. No estimation when this will reopen. The detour route is the Lyman-Hamilton Road. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO News Radio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you.
Everyone always asks me, what were your top reasons for choosing Advanced Hair? Well, allow me to share, along with some details, on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. Okay, first off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and I'm living proof those results are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that blew away my expectations. And lastly, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. It is quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for that special savings opportunity, well, it's here. Advanced Hair's Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details to schedule your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we understand improving your home is an investment in your family, and we're here to help make it easier. With our flexible financing, keeping your family safe, comfortable, and dry has never been more affordable. For more than 20 years, Guardian has earned the trust of thousands of homeowners across the Pacific Northwest with a reputation for quality that lasts. So why wait? Start guarding your home today. Call or visit guardianroofing.com.
Are you looking to buy a house, but like everyone, you're priced out of the Bellevue, Kirkland, and Seattle market? Many buyers have the income, the credit, and the desire to own, but simply don't have the down payment, often at least $75,000 just for a starter home. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue with a great opportunity for home buyers. Introducing our Legacy Opportunity Loan. Legacy Group Capital has a select group of 100 new construction, single-family, and townhomes in the top Western Washington locations. Acquire a new construction home with no down payment, allowable closing costs paid, and a competitive rate. Yes, that's no down payment and some closing costs paid by Legacy. A wise man once said, the hardest part of winning in real estate is just getting in. And now you can with our Legacy Opportunity Loan. So get in the game.
Limited properties available to qualified Washington borrowers. Learn more about this limited opportunity at LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, LLC, and MLS ID 99045. Visit LegacyG.com for additional program details.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty, liberty.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Hello, sweltering Seattle. John Curley here. Is your home staying cool? Are you losing sleep because it's just too hot? At Home Comfort Alliance, the goal is not to sell you a new system. It's to fix the one that you have. Repair first, replace only if it truly makes sense, saving you time and money. If your system's done, a heat pump gives you both cooling and heating for year-round comfort. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A teenager involved in last week's shooting of undercover police in Seattle appeared in front of a judge today. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports that 17-year-old boy is accused of being the getaway driver.
Seattle police say the teen and 2 others were in a stolen car spotted driving around South Seattle. Investigators say they followed the car, then the 2 other suspects got out and fired at the officers. The car then took off and eventually crashed. A judge found probable cause for the case to move forward and ruled that this teen should remain in custody.
That teen is due back in court Friday facing multiple charges, including felony hit and run. Prosecutors say the boy was already wanted for a series of armed robberies when he was arrested. The Trump administration wants to open millions of acres of national forests to new roads. Nick Smith with the American Forest Resources Council argues this change would shift more decisions back to individual forests.
Forest projects, and in this case, thinning overstock stands, still has to go through site-specific environmental review.
The so-called roadless rule has limited new roads and logging in certain national forest areas for 25 years. If approved, the plan would roll back protections on about 2 million acres of forest in our states. If you're in the market for a used car, ABC's Michelle Franzen says, buckle up.
The average used car sold for about $27,000 last month. That according to Edmunds and Blue Book. Prices may not rise much for the rest of the summer, but long-term trends are working against consumers. Used car shoppers looking to spend less than $15,000, though, can expect limited selection and tariff threats could push prices even higher.
Seattle bagel favorites is headed to the Big Apple to compete at New York's Bagel Fest 2026. Hey Bagel in the U Village was selected after winning top honors at Bagel Fest West earlier this year. Now the Seattle shop will go head-to-head with some of the country's most celebrated bagel makers at Citi Field in Queens this November. Organizers say fewer than 9% of applicants earned a spot there. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 4:33. We check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, we've got a big issue westbound 90 inside that Mount Baker Tunnel. This long-term collision takes up the right lane, and you're backed up bumper to east of Mercer Way, almost on the East Channel Bridge now. Bellevue to Seattle is up to 50 minutes on I-90, 40 minutes on 520, where we are now packed across the lake over to I-5. Everett to Seattle just hit 1 hour, 50 minutes from Linwood. We're crowded through Linwood, and then it gets bumper to bumper at 85th to I-90. Everett to Bellevue, in comparison, just 35 minutes. Got a little slowing in Alderwood. Otherwise, 405, you're all clear until you get into Bellevue, where it jams up at 520, and that carries you down to the VMAC. Bellevue to South Center, 40 minutes, with another backup forming in South Center. North 405 in the south end slows from South Center through the Renton S-curves, half hour from South Center into downtown Bellevue. And Seattle to Federal Way, we're at 40 minutes. It's heavy from the Duwamish curve down to 516. Their support brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text APP to 888-973-5476 and download the app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecast. We are looking at morning clouds all week, then sunshine for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then looking ahead to some thunderstorm chances late Friday into Saturday morning. Right now, 79 and sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO 7 Pinpoint Alert Days, your advance notice to stay safe from heat, smoke, and summer storms. When weather threatens to disrupt your day and your plans, KIRO 7 sounds the alarm and alerts you days in advance. Stay informed, stay ready with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather only on KIRO 7 TV.
This hour brought to you by Bucky's Auto Repair.
Welcome back to the John Curley Show. I'm Angela Poe Russell, hanging out with Jim Dever today, and of course, Joe and the rest of the team. It's been awesome so far. Thank you for having us. Feel free to text us on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476. You've probably been hearing the news today about a public high school in Washington making the top of the U.S. News and World Report high school rankings. They considered 18,000 public high schools.
That's
and
wild.
Tesla STEM High School came out on top. And what was interesting is there were some other public schools in the area who made the list, like in number 41, Bellevue's International School and Raisbeck Aviation ranked down there as well. So,
I love
pretty
Raisbeck.
well.
I was in there once.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where I'm going to congratulations to them. And I have kind of a little bit of a beef.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
do we have a beef alert?
I want to call attention. I want to call it.
That works, I guess. Beef alert symbol.
So what's great about these is that these are public schools.
Right.
Which what I love about them, it means that everyone could, in theory, have the opportunity or have access to attend them.
Yeah, sounds great.
Great, right?
Yeah, there's no problem there.
So looking at U.S. News and World Report, guess what percentage of disadvantaged students attend the Tesla STEM High School?
43%.
3%.
43%?
3% of their student body disadvantaged.
3%.
3%. A public school that clearly has a lot to offer and can move people to a different income bracket later in life and set them up. So what do you think is going on? This is it's a choice school. So here is the problem.
Okay.
A lot of these public schools are done by lottery.
Okay.
And the lottery system was created because you're like, oh, that's a way to be fair.
Sounds fair.
Okay. Well, let me throw out this scenario. So if 1,000 rich kids apply and they go into a lottery, and let's say only 10 poor kids apply, but just as well qualified, how many of those poor kids are going to get in just from the math of a random draw?
If I knew math, I would tell you immediately.
You're going to have more rich kids get in because you have more of them applying.
So anybody can apply.
Yeah, it's a choice school in that district. Yes.
Anybody can apply, but it sounds to me the problem you're setting up here is that
it's
not just anybody does apply.
Well, I mean, let me give you another example.
Okay.
So Raisbeck Aviation, they moved to, because people were claiming it was unfair and all this other stuff, so they went to the lottery. So this is what it created. So there were a bunch of girls at my daughter's girls' school who applied to Raisbeck, and they were all like within the district, really great, like all the great things. But when you go to a lottery, at least for Raisbeck, they weren't even considering stuff like GPA or whatever. It's just a lottery. So then all these
there's no meritocracy to it at all? You don't have to have a certain level?
In this, at least when she applied 5 or 6 years ago, that wasn't the case. It went into a lottery. And that was a change for Raisbeck.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is a bunch of qualified girls were rejected. And didn't have the opportunity to attend this public school. So then you have situations where, okay, your gender could be way off. Like right now at this Tesla High School, the men significantly outnumber the women there. And so as soon as you go to a lottery system, you are going to create, what will be the word for it?
Self-selection, maybe, in some way.
Because, if you have, let's say, twice as many guys applying,
Yeah.
then you have no mechanism to say, okay, of the qualified girls, how many are we going to accept into this class?
Yeah, you might want to
It's
put your
all-
thumb on the scale a little if something's way out of whack like that and say, let's.
So, and if you decide after you weigh those things that you'd still rather have a lottery, just don't call it a completely fair thing because it isn't.
But wait,
It
I
isn't.
still don't understand, though. So the premise is that the rich kids, everyone's equally allowed to apply, right?
Yes.
So then why isn't it an equal
let me put it-
ratio?
because let's talk M&Ms. If I put 1,000 red M&Ms
Yes,
into
please.
a lottery,
Oh,
and there were only, let's say, 2 yellow M&Ms,
yeah.
and I just pull, the likelihood of me pulling a red is just higher because there are more of you.
I get that, but why are there so few M&Ms in the bowl from the underrepresented group?
I don't know why. I don't know what the reasons might be, but in general, let's say in certain professions, you don't have as many women seeking, let's say, engineering or whatever. So the ones that you do have that are well qualified, why wouldn't we say, hey, let's prioritize them? Or if we know that we have, but it could just be, in the case of Redmond, it's Redmond, right?
Yeah.
So it might be a higher income area, but you do have everyone there is not rich.
Right.
And so if they're highly qualified, great kids that could do well, why not? Like, I don't.
And I am playing dumb a little bit. I
Oh,
know.
okay. And you have
Hard
me
to
sitting
believe.
here.
No. Because I wanted to get to this part of the discussion, which is sometimes groups, even if everything else appears to be equal, like this, like you said, this appears to be completely, equalizing kind of procedure for putting kids in this school. But some communities have a harder time. Maybe they come from families that are troubled, which is maybe what put them in that community in the first place. And a family that is troubled or chaotic is not going to have, sit down and
Let's
fill
go
out
sign
your
you
form.
up for. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
they have to rank. They have to know how to rank their schools on these
Yeah.
choice programs.
It's a community that, by definition, is under stress, and when you're under stress, you're not taking the time maybe to do some of the things that some of the other more advantaged people can get to.
Yeah. Is this making sense, Joe? Because I feel like I've been screaming from the mountaintop for several years on this, that
100%.
the lottery system is flawed.
Would it make sense for them to have a separate lottery system for just for a certain community, for underprivileged community, or if they tried to meet a certain metric in terms of the student body?
Then you're targeting and you're doing quotas, and I mean, that's what it is. But it's I don't know.
That's what college admissions they were trying to do, and college admissions still do that.
Right.
So the affirmative action.
They've had to change the name a little bit and the approach.
And here's what's wild: if they really fully implemented and got rid of the whole idea of affirmative action, you would have way more girls in school even now in college.
Right.
So right now, men have a bit of an advantage getting into college because they can still say, oh, we want balance, right? We want class balance of, so many men, so many women. But I could go in this rabbit hole because there's one particular college that they buck that trend, and it's because they prioritize athletes. And so on that particular campus, you will see more men.
Interesting.
So let's not pretend that the thumb isn't on the scale of some of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So, yes, you ask a really great question but then it's like, how far do you go with it?
Right.
So right now, colleges can still consider your income. They still consider your gender. But when it comes to these choice schools, and you're just like, okay, it's a lottery, it's make no mistake, it is benefiting certain communities. And then some would argue that, let's say there are kids who apply to these programs that they do have other options. They could go to a myriad of other private schools. And I have a problem with it being a public school and 3% being disadvantaged.
And this has happened because people didn't want to take responsibility or say, I'm the person who's saying, let's help this group. Let's help it's like, oh, we're all equal now. Problem solved. And it allows officials to get off the hook, basically, from a political point of view.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a lottery. It's random.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here are 1,000 red M&Ms.
You had me at 1,000 red M&Ms.
Really? Did that make it easier because you could see them in the bucket?
No, he got hungry.
It made me hungry. Yeah.
And I thought you were just digging the analogy.
Well, that too. It was pretty good. I like M&Ms when they come out of the freezer. That's my favorite. We'll talk about that in the next hour.
Teeth?
No, they thaw out pretty fast.
Okay, I don't know how we got. Wow, Nate. Save us. That's all I got to say.
Nate, you like your desserts chilled, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You just let the M&M slowly melt in the mouth. That's the whole thing,
But
right?
not in the hand.
No. See, we're on the same page, Jim. This report brought to us by Harborstone Credit Union, westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. That right lane still blocked from this long-term collision. So our backup is extended to Bellevue Way. That's a thick backup. Bellevue to Seattle just reached 1 hour. That's double the norm. 35 minutes on 520, where we're heavy from 84th over to I-5. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes. It's crowded from Northgate into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes. We're solid from Bellevue to Kirkland. You'll thin out through Totem Lake. Everett to Marysville, just over 20 minutes now. It's slow from 526 to 528. Eastbound 2, we're crowded across the Trestle over to the EB Slough. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 45 minutes. Pretty solid now down the entire stretch. And up in Skagit County, both directions of State Route 20 just reopened near milepost 79 following a couple hours closure from an accident investigation. Earn up to $30 a month just for using your Harborstone P&W cashback debit card. Open your free checking account online today at harborstone.com/cash. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I've lived here almost my entire life.
Seattle's morning news host, Charlie Harger.
I love Seattle. I love that I'm able to raise my children here.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's morning news.
So when I see something that I think might need some attention, that's me pointing out areas of improvement. That is not me saying that Seattle is somehow bad.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Hey, I know something you probably haven't done in a while. Climb into your crawl space or your attic. Yeah, me neither. Mike Salk here. And most homeowners avoid those areas for good reason. But it's important to check on them regularly, especially here in the Northwest, where groundwater can wreak havoc and many homes lack the proper insulation in these spaces. So when it's hot in the summer, your house gets even hotter. And guess what? When it's cold in the winter, your house gets even colder because you don't have enough insulation. The good news, you don't have to crawl into those dingy areas, because Crawl Pros will do it. They go where you don't want to. That's what they did at my house. They found a little rodent intrusion and they found the insulation problem. So yeah, they can help you get it all fixed just like they did with me. And if you need any work done, local utility companies offer rebates that could save you thousands on your project. Don't just assume that your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
If your water heater's failing or running out too fast, we've got CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program. Get a new system starting at just $44.99 a month with lifetime repairs and maintenance included. Book your free estimate today at cmheating.com.
License number CMHEAHL 750LP.
It's time to move on from your dull kitchen, outdated bath, and old cabinets. Create a space that is fresh, more functional, and beautiful. Sound Kitchen and Bath creates stunning kitchens and baths to meet your budget. Why wait? We customize every kitchen and bath with incredible quality and style. We come to your home and make it easy for you. Sound Kitchen and Bath, soundkitchenandbath.com.
2 years ago, my office launched a major media campaign to identify a key witness to our client's bicycle accident, which we later settled for $10 million. Because when we accept a case, we don't rest until we do everything possible to improve our client's chance of recovery. We're one of only a few firms in the state with an in-house investigation team building our clients' cases. So when you hire Davis Law Group, you don't just get a dedicated and award-winning legal team. You get our commitment to better service and even better results. Request a free consultation today at 206-888-8888.
Moving into Aegis was one of the best decisions I ever made because I became connected with lots of friends.
This is my friend Susie, and we haven't known each other very long. We just kind of clicked.
She found this wonderful place, and so that I moved in. One thing we both like, we watch football games. I'm a tight end girl myself.
Aegis Living has been trusted for nearly 30 years to deliver award-winning care in luxury senior living. Visit aegisliving.com/KIRO and see for yourself.
Hey now, John Curley here. But not really. Did I sound like him?
You kind of did.
Do I sound exactly
but Joe
like him?
knows him. That did he come close?
No, not really.
No, he did.
Hey now,
the high pitched John Curley. I didn't. Oh. He was always low pitched John. Or
hey
low,
now,
yes, his low voice.
Hey now, this is John Curley. I'm trying to make my voice a little deeper for the radio for you.
But when I watched clips of him on Evening, he had this ridiculously high voice.
When he was younger, we all did. We were all a little higher. Oh, you mean just well? Anyway, we were all a little higher.
Yeah, what was in those drinks when you're at Evening?
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I'm Jim Dever along with Angela Poe Russell filling in for John Curley. That wasn't really John Curley. We'll let you in on the secret right there. You know, John Curley and I actually grew up about 15 miles apart from each other outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't know him and he didn't know me, but it's funny because we share a lot of shared history, like shared memories from TV, from Philadelphia TV. So there's a charity there that says call for action. That's all I have to say, and then he'll pick up and say Greenwood 75312. So that's the way that goes. That's silliness. Hey, you know what? Move over, Jimothy, the weird raccoon, because there are two new animal heroes from the Pacific Northwest capturing hearts. Billy the Kid and Billy the Goat made headlines last week when they boarded a Portland bus. They looked like they were out for a day on the town, basically. And then some mean rider shooed them out of the bus. And I have some thoughts on that, some very strong thoughts about riders who shoo goats off of buses. But now they are so famous that TriMet, the Portland bus company or whatever, those guys have started selling merchandise with the goat's image on it. And they say TriMet is goated. You know, like nice. Goat, like, you know, like goat.
Okay.
greatest of all time. So they're trying to make some money, I guess because you can't make a lot of money from passengers paying to ride buses anymore. So now you sell T-shirts, and you get for $35, you can get yourself a TriMet is Goated T-shirt, which I think is pretty cool.
So let me get this straight. So 2 goats, Billy the kid, and
sounds like a joke set up.
Yeah, go on a transit bus.
Yeah. So here's what happened. They escaped from their yard.
Oh, so wait a minute. They weren't planted. You don't think they were planted?
No. They escaped from their yard. The owner of the goats, LaRae Anderson, later spoke to the press down there, and he said, "Oh yeah, they're like escape artists. These guys just get out all the time." Which sounds to me like...
Jim, do you buy this?
Maybe LaRae doesn't have a great fencing technique for
Ghosts
his
are
yard.
into grass. Why would they get on a bus?
Because, have you been to Portland? There's a lot of grass on those buses. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Yes! So anyway, they get on the bus, and then one of the passengers says, "There are goats in here! There are goats in here! Shoo! Shoo!" She shoos them back into the street, and this is where you were angry about something in the last segment. This is my hot spot right now. You don't shoo animals into a city traffic just because you don't want them on your bus. You either let them ride along with you and you show them a good time, or you get off the bus with them and you babysit them until they can get to safety.
There are worse things on that bus, I guarantee you.
Yeah, for sure. A little goat in Portland.
I'm still not buying they just happened to get on the bus.
You didn't see the video?
You don't think someone planted them there?
Nah, it's pretty. I mean,
No, they were just on their own.
Yeah, they were just wandering around.
They were wandering around. There's some great security video. You can go online and take a look at it. At Upper Lefters, by the way. I actually did a little thing on this. Yeah, it's great. They get on the bus, they turn around, they get off. It's a whole thing.
You got to watch it before you...
All right. Fair enough. I should have, prepared.
Yeah.
I know who is prepared. Let's go to Nate Connors. Hi there, Nate.
Yeah, hi, Angela. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. A long-term collision in that right lane, and we are stacked up to Bellevue Way, Bellevue to Seattle. Just reached an hour, so that's double the norm for this time of day. Closer to 40 minutes on 520 now because we've got a new collision approaching 84th, blocking your left general purpose lane. From there, it's packed all the way across the lake to I-5. Down in Fife, South 5 at 54th, we have a new collision blocking your right center lane. You're backed up to South 320th. North 5 is packed between the Fife Curve and State Route 18 in that same area. And then north of that, North 5 and Federal Way, it's South 272nd. 2 right lanes are still blocked where crews are working on our spilled load of debris. About a mile and a half back up here. South 5 into Seattle is packed from Northgate to I-90, 35 minutes from Linwood. And North 5, heavy backups between the Michigan Curve and Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour to clear this. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Voitin from the G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
Hey, it's John Curley with my friend Bob Stelton. Hey, Bob, you had a hip issue just like me. You went to see Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. What did he tell you?
You got a torn labrum, you got a frayed ligament, you've got arthritis developing. He said, this isn't going to fix everything, but it will go a long way. I was walking around at about an 8 pain level. I couldn't walk that far before the pain would kick in, and it was impacting my workouts and just really impacting my day-to-day stuff beyond jiu-jitsu.
So, just like me, Dr. Wagner does stem cell on your hip. How you feeling now?
I feel like I've gotten back to being who I was prior to the injuries, which was somebody who's very active, loves being out there outside when the weather's great, being on the motorcycle, sparring in jiu-jitsu, working out. I can do all of those things now.
So whether it's a shoulder, a hip, a wrist, knee, or elbow, before you choose surgery, see our friend, Dr. Wagner first. He'll tell you if stem cell is right for you. drmarkwagnermd.com. Make an appointment at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net. Jason Rantz here with Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are a ton of national advertisers offering services similar to yours. Why shouldn't I go with one of them?
National firms are an interesting phenomena, if you will, because I hear from clients that tried them initially, and they tell me these stories that are just really hard to believe, Jason. They'll call, and the person that they're talking to is really a salesperson. They don't really know the tax resolution business at all. They're trying to make a sale. And so they overpromise, and they'll hook them with a very low initial fee. Then when that case starts moving down the road, all of a sudden the person's getting a phone call. Oh, you need to pay us thousands of dollars to get this thing done. And they tell me sometimes it never gets done.
So it's a tax resolution scheme without any of the resolution.
I really believe part of it is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with None Better Tax Resolution. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Pet decorator wood floors are not only gorgeous, they perform better than all other wood floors. Here's a few examples. The patented finish is made to last a lifetime. Antimicrobial and no VOC. Waterproof. Easy installation with a lifetime warranty. The most pet-friendly wood floor anywhere. Available at Sound Kitchen and Bath. Call today, petdecorator.com.
Paid political announcement.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons at risk. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down, but we could use your help. Visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com to learn more and join the cause.
Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. Where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
Step into Seahawks game day at the Pro Shop, where the roar of the 12s begins. And official Seahawks gear is always within reach.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
This is the Pro Shop. Visit the official store of the Seattle Seahawks, located at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Florida, that state has a new congressional map and what could be a history-making gubernatorial primary. It's also a runoff election in California. A new map posted by President Trump on social media claims that the Strait of Hormuz is now U.S. territory. The president also says the U.S. blockade there remains in full force in effect.
We heard a very forceful response from the Iranians just about the state of negotiations. They say the Strait of Hormuz will not open until the U.S. blockade is lifted, until the frozen assets are released, until they're able to sell oil again. And also they say until the threats and military options are off the table.
ABC's Karen Travers. A police manhunt for a masked suspect terrorizing men and women in Philadelphia, covering his face, at times wearing a Chucky mask, asking if they're ready to die. The music world remembering Frank Beard today. The ZZ Top drummer, he was the one without a beard, has died, 77 years old. This is ABC News. The co-founder of ESPN has died. Bill Rasmussen was 93. Rasmussen and his son Scott came up with the idea of a network carrying sports around the clock. The infant at the center of a surrogacy dispute in Texas has undergone open-heart surgery.
When the fetus McKenna West was carrying was diagnosed with a serious heart condition, the parents who had hired her as their surrogate opted for an abortion. West refused, came to Texas, and gave birth last week.
Even though he's not biologically mine, he knows me, and to him, I am his mother.
The parents' attorney confirmed that the baby, whose legal name is Rumi, had his first surgery yesterday. McKenna West plans to push for custody of the baby, whom she calls Gabriel. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
As Colombia recovers from last week's earthquake, singer Shakira is pledging to help rebuild at least 10 schools in a remote region of her home country. Shakira emphasized the importance of rebuilding schools to secure children's futures. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Coming up, a lawmaker looks to strengthen the rules surrounding gun crimes involving juveniles. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
All right, Aaron, starting to get kind of busy out there. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. We're a good hour now into this collision blocking your right lane, and you're backed up almost to 405. So Bellevue to Seattle is an hour, 5-minute commute now. 45 minutes on 520, where we've got this new collision approaching 84th in the left general purpose lane. From there, it's heavy across the lake over to I-5. So both of our westbound commutes into Seattle across the lake are struggling. South 5 at 54th and Fife, a collision now blocks 2 right lanes. We're backed up to South 320th. Seattle to Tacoma, an hour and 10 minutes. So we're solid from Tukwila into Urban Avenue down to South 260th. You got about a 3-mile break, and then at 320th, it jams up again all the way to our crash scene here in Fife. North 5 into Seattle, down there in Fife is packed from the Fife curve to State Route 18, eastbound 18, heavy from I-5 over to C Street in Auburn. South 5 packed from Northgate to I-90, North 5 heavy backups from the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge, and Seattle to Everett down to 40 minutes, Bellevue to Everett still about a 50-minute commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. A state lawmaker pointing to the deadly Seattle Center shooting as proof Washington's juvenile gun possession laws need to change. Representative David Hackney says he will refile a bill to make gun possession involving minors a 2-strike offense.
Well, hopefully you can provide some counseling, some services to them that get them back on the right track. If you just send them back home again, you should expect it to happen again.
The 19-year-old suspect who died in the Bida Seattle shooting had a prior gun arrest when he was a minor. Right now, Washington juveniles can be diverted 4 times for gun possession before facing criminal charges. A Thurston County man who declared himself the most well-known drug dealer in the county is heading back to prison. 40-year-old David Hoffman was sentenced today to 11 years in federal prison for dealing meth and illegally possessing a firearm. Prosecutors say Hoffman went right back to selling drugs after finishing a prior federal sentence, even well under court supervision. Bothell police are warning about a string of outgoing mail thefts. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Bothell police say they are not sure how the mail is being stolen, but they say thieves are stealing the checks and changing the payee's name on the check before cashing it. Aaron Roney with Bothell PD says until the thieves are caught, residents should scrutinize banking records closely and make banking changes to protect yourself.
Set up some bank alerts, consider just using electronic payment options, and again, just confirming, those important payments were received.
If you suspect your mail was stolen, report it to your bank and call Bothell Police. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Another high honor for Mariners legendary broadcaster Rick Rizzs.
This is going, and it is gone. Goodbye, baseball.
Team announcing it'll honor Rizzs with a farewell weekend during the final home series of the regular season. The celebration including a fireworks night and a fan tribute. Rizzs is wrapping up his 41st and final season with the M's. He'll be inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame next season. Now to your forecast. Sunny skies right now, morning clouds the next couple of days, followed by more afternoon sunshine, and then could see a return with some thunderstorms on Friday night into Saturday morning. Right now, 79 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And we're back. It's the amazing Angela Poe Russell, along with me, her best friend. I'm going to say I'm your best friend now, Angela. Jim Dever. So nice to have you all along.
It's nice working with you again.
Yes. Oh, is that all I get? It's, I just
put you in the friend zone.
Yeah. No, you put me in the sub-friend zone. I said, my best friend ever, Angela Poe Russell. And then you said, it is a rather pleasant experience being somewhere near you. But that's okay. It's okay. Gonna win her over, and I'm gonna win you over in the next hour. That's how desperate I am here for friendship.
You got 3 days. We're cheering you on.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna be here another couple days. Well, we just lost a few listeners, I think. Okay, it is the mouse versus the White House.
Disney is suing the Trump administration, specifically the Federal Communications Commission, the arm of the government that licenses local TV and radio stations. Disney is alleging that the FCC is violating Disney and ABC's First Amendment rights through an ongoing pressure campaign against ABC, against the talk show The View, against the late night host Jimmy Kimmel, against ABC's local stations, etc. The FCC claims it is just enforcing the law. But Trump's pick for FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, has been very aggressive in going after Disney, probing its diversity initiatives, for example, also opening an investigation into The View, and calling up its local stations for an early renewal process. Now, ordinarily, stations are licensed, and then those licenses are renewed every 8 years, and it's not a big deal. But Brendan Carr is handling it very differently, challenging Disney and using the license process in order to do so. ABC is asking a court to step in and stop this from going any further.
Let me translate for everyone who's not understanding the issue. This is corruption at its highest level. The government trying to tell journalists what they can say and do, trying to tell entertainers what they can say and do, and using a false pretense, saying, oh, no, it's not First Amendment. We're having a problem with you, ABC, because of some of your, well, equally abhorrently, they're stating it's the way you use DEI. That's such a nasty thing, that DEI. Those 3 letters, they frighten us, and we're going to shut you down because of that, not because of this other thing that's much even more clearly constitutionally defined. My face is turning red, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so basically, like, for networks, they get their licenses renewed every so many years. So basically, the FCC is saying, oh, no, we're going to renew you. We're going to look at your license a little bit earlier.
It's harassment.
Oh, yeah, let's review it earlier. And let's keep in mind, there's beef here. There's beef that goes back to last year when Jimmy Kimmel, late night talk show host, made some comments that I want to say it was about Charlie Kirk. It was somehow connected to that.
Yes, it was.
And
well, it wasn't about it wasn't about Charlie Kirk either. It was conflated into being about Charlie Kirk. It was about his followers, Charlie Kirk's followers, exploiting the murder of Charlie Kirk to gain political points. And if that was the way at least Jimmy Kimmel interpreted it. And he made a joke at their expense, the followers' expense. And the world's thinnest skinned man decided to pressure his FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, to pressure ABC Disney. That's
a violation of the First Amendment.
It's what corruption looks like. You say one thing, but you're saying it because you want to accomplish something else. Instead of saying, look, I know this is constitutionally protected free speech, but we're just going to violate the Constitution. You make up some other thing, and then you say, well, Disney's stations are free to pull the programming at any time. We are not pressuring them in any way. But Brendan Carr went on a podcast and he said it's time for them to decide which path they're going to take. And temporarily, they took what I would consider the wrong path and acquiesced, then finally found their spine somewhere, came back, and now Disney's decided, well, it feels nice to have a spine. So they're going to sue the FCC now to try to protect
their First Amendment rights to have programming that the people on there can freely speak. I don't know about you, but I have a ton of people that I disagree with.
Yeah.
But they have a right to free speech.
Yeah.
I mean, we have certain guardrails in there, but that bar is very high for that to be taken away.
Yeah.
So, one thing that strikes me about this story is when I saw that ABC was doing this, I was kind of like, wow, this is brave. Because everyone hasn't been, Colbert is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Colbert has been, so they can say it was about this or say it was about that. But at the end of the day, I want to say it was CBS that settled with the Trump. Didn't they settle with the Trump administration over an issue?
They've given them anything they want.
They've given them money.
They gave them 60 Minutes.
Colbert is gone. Yeah, 60 Minutes. And so to have a company that's like, you know what? We're not going to be, we're going to stand up for ourselves as much as we can. And that's a brave thing to do.
Yeah, and we need to see more law firms, more universities, more communications outlets do something similar and say, this is not, by the way, this is not a partisan issue. I don't care, left, right, whatever. This is, the First Amendment is especially to us. We've worked in journalism for so many years. To see it be so brazenly attacked in such a crass way, it was clumsy. Like, if you're going to do it, if you're going to be an evil genius, be a genius. They forgot that part.
Yeah. No, what's the guy's name on, is it Jesse on Fox News? That's it, Jesse. Yeah. I do not care for Jesse, but he has a right to speak.
Absolutely.
Jimmy Kimmel has a right to speak.
If a Democrat...
The folks on The View have a right to free speech without being threatened.
If a Democratic president said, threatened Fox and its affiliates to get Jesse Waters off the air, I would be very, very... I'd be speaking just as... the same way right now that I am about this other situation.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Well, this is... At the end of the day, this is extremely interesting. I love that someone's standing up and saying, you know what, and this is going to toss a lot of money and who knows what else. But hopefully, because to me, this just seems very clear that this is a First Amendment issue. But if they said the federal government claims they've been investigating them on their DEI practices for a year, but I haven't seen any specific evidence that they violated some rule. But let's talk about something really cool that's happening because we have a Little League team. I know, take a deep breath.
Breathe. Okay, I'm good.
A nice palate cleanse. Do we get a nice, meditative sound effect? I don't know.
I think Joe's supposed to give us massages right now. No? We getting a massage? Oh, that's nice. A little to the right. Right, a little to the right.
More?
Oh, yeah. You feel that knot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right there. Oh, ow, a little too hard.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh my gosh. And
Much
now
better.
I pivot to take me out to the ball. Okay, never mind. But I'm really excited when we have a team in the Little League World Series, and we do. It is Tacoma's Soundview Little League. They play a game. They're in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and they have a game tomorrow against Arkansas, and it's going to air on ESPN. But let's learn a little bit more. We have a clip that we can air just to give us some context.
It's great. I've been dreaming about it since forever.
The dream summer continues. Beating Idaho last week got Soundview Little League from Tacoma to the promised land, the Little League World Series.
I feel like the nerves haven't set in for the guys, but I feel like once come game time and we see all the fans around us, I think the nerves will set in.
The team of 12-year-olds is now one of 10 U.S. teams playing for a chance to meet the still-to-be-determined international champion.
Mark, our other coach, he started telling us 13 as one. So pretty much we're all brothers. And just if you're combined as one, you can function way more.
It's great to hear a child that age having that kind of a deep philosophy. That's sports at its best, really.
Yes, absolutely. And this morning, I first heard about this when I was listening to the G and Ursula show this morning. And I was sitting there thinking, what must that be like? Yes, to be in this big moment. How do you handle it as a parent, as a coach?
Yeah.
And what do you even say to your kid in that moment? And then, I don't know if it was G or Ursula, but they actually asked that question. And so I thought I would play a little bit of that, and then we can I'd love to hear from you. How do you handle those big kind of life-defining? It's hard to imagine that at 12 you have a life-defining moment, but I'm sorry, it is. That is a memory you're going to have forever.
My parents never had to deal with that problem.
You're just nice and mediocre, huh?
Pretty much.
Okay, so what clip are we playing first?
So this is G and Ursula talk to the father of one of the 12-year-olds. This is Ursula asking him what advice he gives his son.
Okay. What has your advice been to your son who is 12 and is playing on such a big stage?
I literally saw him yesterday for about an hour and checked him out to get a little bit of ice cream. And literally the last thing that I said to him as I gave him a big hug was that you are here for a reason. You did what you needed to do to be able to be in this moment. I want you to give every single one of those boys a hug from me and let them know the exact same thing, that this was our goal. This was our time. This is what we've dreamed about. Everybody deserves to be here at this moment as a collective.
I think that's a powerful message to remind yourself that you deserve to be here. Because I would imagine you get to those moments, you're like, am I good enough? Can I do this? And it's like, no, you got here because you are good.
It's such a simple thing to tell someone, but it's so useful and so powerful.
I know.
You are here. You deserve to be here.
Yes, because what I tell my kid after hearing that was worthless. I tell my kid, have fun.
Yeah, I tend to do that too. I mean, we just, you want the best for your kid. You definitely want them to succeed, but somehow I don't feel like I'm part of the success formula all the time. I feel like kids, you can raise a child to about the age of 3 to 5, and then it's like, I used this analogy earlier, it's like taking a piece of wood that you want to push across the pond, and you just let it go. That's age 5. And then it just drifts its way across the pond, and you hope it lands in the right spot. But some of it's up to that piece of wood, and some of it's up to the random nature of the water on which it's riding,
Yeah, somehow in our mind, at least in my mind, I think that I'm going to say the perfect thing that's going to make it click.
It'll unlock it all. Right.
I mean, did you have any moments growing up where you're like, you got this piece before a big event?
Not even close. No, not when I was that age. No, but I've had as an adult and a young adult had imposter syndrome in multiple stages where I would have benefited greatly by somebody telling me, hey, you know what, you deserve to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was some pretty clutch advice.
I'm kind of waiting for one of you to say that to me today.
Jim, you deserve to be here. I mean, 30 years of telling stories and talking to people and just your intelligence. You absolutely deserve
this
to be
is
here.
Such great practice. I like that we're practicing on each other. Joe, you deserve to be here.
But let us
your
know.
Intelligence shines through. Your experience lifts me up and creates the foundation for the magic that I'm making right now as I speak.
Angela,
what?
You deserve to be here. You earned this opportunity. It's very awkward, by the way.
Well, it's awkward because Angela's covering her face with a sheet of paper when you're trying to give her the pep talk.
But the eye contact was weird a little bit.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You kind of,
I had to look away.
It looked a little bit like like a pickup line in a bar,
Yeah,
you have to be careful not to cross the line that way. It can be very, very awkward.
Different when with your kids, I imagine.
Yeah.
True.
Now, with my kids, I always tell people when it comes to parenting, and let me put it this way. I tell my kids all the time, I say, life is not sailing, it is surfing. Sailing, you kind of pick out a plan. You pick out a destination. You determine how you're going to navigate your way to it. Surfing, you're there, you see the wave, you know what to do, and you react. Life is surfing. It's never sailing.
Really?
Yes. You can learn to be a good surfer. That can be the plan.
But you don't have the destination. You don't put that in the GPS.
No, because life's going to give you a new destination, and you should be open to that too. You should be open to
so just
life
ride
giving
the
you
waves.
the new one.
Just ride the waves.
Ride the wave, but do it the best you can. Find the best wave. Read the water. Be ready when the moment comes. That's life.
What do you think of that?
I do. I get it, and because I think. I don't know what the saying is exactly, but paraphrasing it, it's like, God, we make plans and God laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you can plan a picnic, but the weather might have other ideas. So I get that. Yeah, I think being prepared to getting the best surfboard, knowing how to surf.
Yeah.
But also understanding that there's a lot.
You got to look for the waves.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you though. So in your life, what did you? Well, you are the precisely wrong person for me to ask.
Go there because I have a question. Yeah.
What destination did you set for yourself that years later you hit exactly?
Now that I think about it, life did not turn the way I thought it was. That I thought it would. And like the whole musical thing, if you would have said I would say when I was in college that one day I would do a musical and write one, I'd say you were crazy.
Yeah.
And one day, this idea pops in my head and I'm like, well, why not? I had this music background. I had this storytelling background.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of goes with your theory, but my brain wants to believe that I can control things. I can set a goal and I can just do it. But if I think about it
almost never really works out that way. So it's a little disingenuous to tell your kids, you need to set your destination. You need to stay on your course.
But it feels irresponsible.
I know, but you're not. You got to let go of that.
It's every bit of parenting
Surfing,
advice.
not sailing.
That feels very much against any reasonable, you don't ever feel like you're being.
It's just as responsible to be a good surfer as it is a good sailor.
Dude, you got the best barrels ever, dude. Just
See?
like you pull in,
Yeah.
and you just get spit right out of them.
There you
and
go.
You just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah.
Dude.
So does this mean you don't tell them to set goals?
No, I don't do that. But the goals.
Really?
No, I mean, set goals for sure. But no, I think we really do stress, like, go with the opportunity that shows up. It might be an entirely new path, but it might be a better opportunity than anything you'd ever dreamed of before or set your goal for. It's okay to have goals, but you better be ready to change them at a moment's notice.
I can tell you the musical pivot was one of the happiest times of my life that I did not plan, predict.
See?
It was just like, whoa, I really like this.
See?
It was like, oh my God, it's music and stories and people and sets. Like, oh my gosh, this is
And
fun.
I'm only sitting here having fun with you guys because I embraced a more flexible lifestyle and left my 9 to 5.
Yeah. And you know what? Thinking about it, I never planned talk radio. And this has been the best.
Angela, you're proving every point I've made today. Thank you.
Drop down, snap. Ah!
But you guys do agree this does seem counter. Joe, I mean,
100%. No, I get it.
telling my kid to surf sounds very scary.
Agreed.
It is scary, but it's life.
And then after that, you just drop in, ride the barrel, and get pitted. So pitted like that.
Oh, let's check in with Nate at
Yes.
the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Harborstone Credit Union with the update. Westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. That right lane remains blocked from this long-term collision, and we're backed up bumper to Bellevue Way, Bellevue to Seattle. 1 hour, 40 minutes on 520. That collision at 92nd has been cleared to your right shoulder, but we're backed up from Bellevue Way to I-5. It gets really thick there at 84th. Bellevue to South Center is a 45-minute commute. Bumper to bumper from 520 to Northeast 44th. Still a brief backup down in South Center as you approach I-5. Renton to Puyallup, southbound on 167, 40 minutes. Stop and go now from Renton into Kent, and then we're slow from Algona into Sumner. In Fife, we cleared that collision, South 5 at 54th. Left with a pretty good backup, though, starting near South 300th. Federal to Tacoma, 35-minute commute, about a 15-minute delay here. And in Seattle, South 5 still packed from Northgate to I-90. North 5 heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Earn up to $30 a month just for using your Harborstone P&W Cashback debit card. Open your free checking account online today at harborstone.com/cash. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Some parts of the house just don't seem to work anymore. Like the closet that you open it up and you don't even bother looking in there because it's so jam-packed with stuff. Things fall out all the time. Or you can't quite put the car in a two-car garage because one side of the garage is just full of stuff. Same thing can happen in the laundry room. There's just stuff all over the floor. There's no place to store towels or anything. You know what's happened? It's a closet design problem when you think about it. And maybe even gone as far as having to rent some sort of storage unit to put stuff. Maybe because you just need those rooms, those spaces to be better laid out. And that's where the experts at Closets by Design come to the house. And they customize, truly customize. They see the problems that you have, and they fix them for you. You don't pay the big price, though. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months, 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. I can tell you, when they came to the barn in Cle Elum and did the great work, I am a believer in Closets by Design. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250, micro. And yes, I told you so.
Certain industries expose workers to hazardous chemicals. If you worked in a paper or pulp mill, or in aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and have a child born with birth defects, your child may be entitled to legal damages as a result of your exposure to such chemicals. Birth defects have been linked to toxic chemicals, metals, and solvents used in these industries. If your child was born with brain or spinal cord damage, organ or limb malformations, blindness, cerebral palsy, genetic damage, or other birth defects, and you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill, aircraft manufacturing, or painting, contact us now toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your children may be entitled to legal damages. If you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill or aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and your child has a birth defect, call toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your call is confidential. 1-866-99-TOXIC. Message authorized by Weinstein Cajano, 600 University Street, Suite 1620, Seattle, Washington.
Guys, if you have low energy or reduced drive, it could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, start with a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. A 17-year-old boy is accused of being the getaway driver when shots were fired at undercover Seattle police last week. Incidents ended in a crash after a high-speed chase involving 2 other suspects in the Rainier Beach area. KIRO 7 TV's El Thomas reports teenage suspect faced a judge today.
A judge ruled that the teen should remain in custody. He faces potential charges of rendering criminal assistance, unlawful possession of a gun, felony hit and run, and attempting to elude a police vehicle.
Prosecutors say that boy was already wanted for a series of armed robberies when he was arrested. State Patrol is looking for a driver and passenger involved in a drive-by shooting in Issaquah today. KIRO 7 TV's Monique Minglavin reports.
This was around 11 a.m. State Patrol says a driver called 911 saying they'd been shot at on westbound I-90. The victim says they first saw the suspect's car on Front Street, describing it as a dark gray Infiniti G37. Now, the shooting apparently happened after they got on I-90 between State Route 900 and the Westlake Sammamish Parkway exit. Police are now asking for your help, asking anyone who saw anything to reach out to police.
A group of 12-year-olds from Tacoma are on the national stage, representing the Northwest in the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Dan Hutson's son is on the squad, telling KIRO Radio's Jean Ursula a lot of the boys there have played together for the last 4 years.
These guys have just gelled together for the last few years and have really made an asserted effort to be able to make this their goal. And to be able to have such a lofty goal and then actually be here is unreal.
The boys from Soundview Little League begin their tournament tomorrow. First pitch at noon on ESPN. A Vashon Island woman just became the first person on record to swim all the way around that island. Mary Singer completed the roughly 32-mile swim in just over 15 hours, battling chilly water temperatures while wearing only a swimsuit. The 51-year-old Singer has spent years tackling ultra-distance open water swims around the country and the world. She tells Issaquah News-Tribune this was the longest and most challenging swim of her life. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 5:33. Here's Nate Connors.
It's a tough go heading into Seattle from the east side, Aaron. We are struggling. This report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. So westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel, we've got a long-term collision that's been blocking that right lane. You're backed up bumper to Bellevue Way. Bellevue to Seattle is going to take you 1 hour. So this is sending drivers over to 520, where it's taken 45 minutes to make this drive. You're packed from 92nd over to I-5. South 5, you're packed from Northgate to I-90. North 5 heavy between the Michigan Curve and Ship Canal Bridge. Both directions of State Route 99 are heavy from the stadiums to Lake Union. Bellevue to South Center on 405, 45 minutes. It's bumper to bumper from 520 down to the VMAC, and then it opens up for you all the way down to South Center, where we have just a brief backup as you approach I-5. And in Fife, we cleared an earlier collision South 5 at 54th about 20 minutes ago, but this backup just is not recovering. It's now starting near South 288th and Federal Way, all the way into Fife. Federal Way to Tacoma, plan on 35 minutes, a 15-minute delay. Save $588 on every window and $1,088 on every door, plus free heat deflecting glass. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And to your forecast, we will stay hazy west to the Cascades with some poor air quality to the east. Morning clouds tomorrow, sunshine Wednesday and Thursday. Looking ahead, we have some thunderstorms late Friday into Saturday. Right now, 78 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Well, this hour brought to you by Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. Yeah. Gotta love them.
All right.
All right, welcome back to the John Curley Show. I'm Angela Poe Russell, along with the Jim Dever, filling in this week. And I've had such a great time with you so far.
Me too, but there are 2 more days that I'm going to be stopping by, so I don't know.
And you guys don't want to miss tomorrow. If you heard the show yesterday, I was talking to you about matcha and how there's this one matcha that I drink it, and it's like the mood drastically improves. It's kind of magical in a way. And so Jim and Joe have agreed to try the matcha.
Magic mushroom matcha.
Okay, I never mentioned anything about mushrooms.
I was misinformed. I'm sorry.
But apparently they have the same properties. This matcha has L-theanine, an amino acid.
Ooh, I love L-theanine. I love it. I can't wait. So what's it going to do? It's going to light up my brain?
I think we're just going to record it and see what happens, see what kind of show we have.
Oh, my gosh. That reminds me of in the olden days of television, they used to invite you to come along while they gave drivers alcohol and then sent them out on a test course to demonstrate what it's like to drive drunk. And
it's going to be like that.
I feel like maybe we should hit the parking lot after we try this matcha tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it tomorrow we're going to try it?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be here then. I was thinking of calling in sick, because I already did one day.
The matcha will make you feel better.
Are you picking up all of them, or do we need to each go individually?
I'll pick them up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so
I'll expense it to KIRO.
Oh, will you? Good. Because otherwise, I was thinking, I think I owe you like $20 a drink. If,
they're kind of pricey.
You don't get them to pay for it. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Is everyone going on an Alaskan cruise now? Because it sure feels like it. And it's kind of true, because between May and September of last year, 1.78 million people visited the state. That's 2/3 of every summer visitor to Alaska arrives on a ship.
So 1.78 million people
visited Alaska on
cruise
ships. Wow. So, cruise ships have become incredibly popular. at least the cruise ships to Alaska. In fact, Seattle's a major embarkation point, and it had, I think we're expecting 2 million cruise passengers this year, 330 ships.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing, and it's a big hit in a good way to the U.S. or the Seattle economy and to the Alaskan economy, of course, as well. It begs a few questions, though, like when is it too many? When does it get too crowded, especially in this distant land that is known for, you go there for the wide open expanse, and then you end up seeing 50,000 people
Right.
everywhere
Have you
go.
been on an Alaska cruise?
Well, great that you should ask me that, Angela. I just returned a week ago.
Okay. So I was genuinely asking because I knew you had gone on a cruise, but I didn't process that you'd been on an Alaska cruise.
It was an Alaska
so
cruise.
So did you feel like it was too many people?
No. I
Really?
didn't. I really didn't. And I think it's because they've really figured out how to time the ships in each port and make sure that they don't have too many arrive all at once. Also, some of these ports really can't handle more than 3 or 4 ships at a time. So although that's a lot. I mean, think about, you see that in Seattle and it loads up the waterfront. You do that to a town like Ketchikan or Skagway, and you're going to really overflow the place with people. But I think because they offer so many land excursions, you don't go all the way to Alaska and then just sit on the boat.
Yeah, so what did you do?
We did all kinds of cool stuff. So one of the things we did that was planned was a train ride following the path of the gold rushers from 1898.
No.
The train was built to actually carry gold rushers, but it kind of got finished a year or two after the big peak. So it wasn't used that much by them. But it has since, for 126 years, been a great scenic train. And so that's outside Skagway. Well, you get on in Skagway and you head up. And you actually go into Canada a little ways because this pathway used to carry gold miners up toward the gold country in the Yukon. And what they do now is the thing we did was you get off the train at the top of the mountain, 3,000 feet up, and then you all get on bikes. And then we took bikes back down the mountain, which was super fun and also pretty easy.
Are you a mountain biker?
No, and it's not mountain biking either. It's road biking.
But so when you say downhill, I think flying down a mountain is
Yeah,
hill.
but you know what? You go with some experienced guides who keep you out of traffic's way, because there is an occasional truck or car that goes by, not that much. And also they get you over the international border. You actually have to cross back into the U.S. on your bike ride back, which is kind of interesting. I've never ridden a bike over an international boundary
So you had
before.
that cool excursion.
Yeah, so we did that. But I think the thing that sticks with me the most is when we saw glaciers up close. You can see it on video, you can see it on TV, but there's nothing like standing there, a few hundred yards from a massive glacier and then watching it watch a piece of it just fall off into the sea right in front of you. It's a really breathtaking experience. There was another experience, and this is one reason why a lot of people are taking cruises. They want to get there before it all melts, sadly. So Mendenhall Glacier is in Juneau, and you can take a really easy hike out there on a paved trail. I mean, it's the easiest thing. And you get out there, and you see this glacier, and then you read the little signs interpreting all of what you're looking at. And it says that even 3 decades ago, it was like a half mile closer to where you're standing. It really has receded a lot in the last few years.
I can attest to that because I graduated from Juneau.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and I lived maybe 2 miles from that glacier.
Wow. So you've been back and you've seen Mendenhall and kind of receding.
Yeah, and I've seen modern day photos and I'm blown away. It's like, no way.
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
It is. It's kind of sad, really.
And you've been out then to Nugget Falls, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Which are a spectacular waterfall, but you couldn't see this waterfall before 1979. It was only because the glaciers were receding that you could see it. Yeah. But I go on and on. We had a great time. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And we turned into a bit of a family reunion too. So my cousin and her husband and my sister and her husband and all their kids. It was great.
So I have so many questions because I have never been on a cruise. I am a full-grown woman with grown kids, adult kids, and I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah, well, I never had either.
Yeah. So I'm taking my first one next month. We're just going to, it's like a little West Coast, like it's like a jazz cruise. And we're going to Victoria and San Francisco. You know, it's just a little simple cruise.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Do you know how many people are on your ship? That makes a big difference.
It's not a huge one. I know. I believe it's Celebrity, I think. So I don't think it's huge.
Like maybe mid-size?
Yeah, maybe mid-size.
So that's still a couple thousand people.
Okay,
probably.
But then when it comes to, I'm going with, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I'm going on a work-related cruise to Costa Rica. And that one is a small ship. Like so small that they won't be going into typical ports. And they said when we go into these places, we will have to walk in water to get to our.
Oh, wow.
Like it's meant to be this adventure, you know, kind of thing.
They didn't hand you all paddles, hopefully.
I don't know. It's
not
happening in November. So I feel like I'm going from no cruising to like 2 new experiences.
So what are you most looking forward to about that?
Well, I just love being on the water. So the fact that I love boats so much and have never been on a cruise is wild to me. I'm excited about the food, but also scared because I'm just like, am I going to like eat myself? Because people always tell me they go on cruises and they eat themselves silly.
That's a big part of it. What they say in the cruise industry is that cruises are for the overfed, the newlywed, and the nearly dead.
What?
and I said that, and my wife
newlywed, overfed,
and
or
nearly
almost dead?
Yeah, because they're like 108 years old. Some of the cruise. So I looked around and I said, yeah, you know, I think. Well,
you were in the nearly dead.
This is unkind. I said, that couple up there, I know which category they're in, and my wife said, actually, they're in a couple of the categories.
All 3.
Wow. Okay, Nate. So no good segue for that.
That's
just,
all right.
What's the traffic light like in Juneau today, Nate?
No traffic once again in Juneau. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. All right, after 90 minutes, we just cleared that crash westbound 90 inside the Mount Baker Tunnel. So we're left with about a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup from Bellevue Way to about mid-span, and then you'll clear out all the way into Seattle. So hang in there. We're starting to clear out pretty quickly now. Let's see. Bellevue to Seattle is taking you right around 50 minutes at the moment. 45 minutes on 520, and it is packed from 92nd over to I-5. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both right around 40, 45 minutes. Everett to Marysville under 10 minutes now as we're clearing out pretty quickly up there. Bellevue to South Center still hanging on at 45 minutes. It's solid from 520 to Northeast 44th near the VMAC. We have cleared out in South Center. Seattle to Federal Way is a half-hour trip, and Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway plan on 40 minutes. We've got scattered slowing down most of the stretch. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO News Radio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you.
Hello, sweltering Seattle. John Curley here. Is your home staying cool? Are you losing sleep because it's just too darn hot? Before you panic and assume you need a whole new system, hold on. That's not always true. At Home Comfort Alliance, their approach is so simple. Repair first, replace only if needed. Their technicians diagnose the real problem before recommending anything. Because a worn-out part or a simple fix can often get your cooling back up and running without the cost and time of a full replacement. And it saves you real time and real money. Now, if your system does need replacing, ask about a heat pump. It keeps you cool in the summer, warm in the winter. One system, year-round comfort. Want to know the cost either way? Don't wait on hold or guess. Just head to homecomfortalliance.com and get real pricing in under 60 seconds. No pressure, no guesswork, just honest answers from people that have been doing this for almost 50 years. Heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Are you looking to buy a house, but like everyone, you're priced out of the Bellevue, Kirkland, and Seattle market? Many buyers have the income, the credit, and the desire to own, but simply don't have the down payment, often at least $75,000 just for a starter home. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue with a great opportunity for home buyers. Introducing our Legacy Opportunity Loan. Legacy Group Capital has a select group of 100 new construction, single-family, and townhomes in the top Western Washington locations. Acquire a new construction home with no down payment, allowable closing costs paid, and a competitive rate. Yes, that's no down payment and some closing costs paid by Legacy. A wise man once said, the hardest part of winning in real estate is just getting in. And now you can with our Legacy Opportunity Loan. So get in the game.
Limited properties available to qualified Washington borrowers. Learn more about this limited opportunity at LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital LLC and MLS ID 99045. Visit LegacyG.com for additional program details.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
So, what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word. It was a way of life. The freedom to move forward, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But aging has a way of taking those freedoms away. That's why there's Longevity Medical Clinic. John Curley here. My best move was becoming a patient of Longevity Medical Clinic years ago, and second best move, getting my wife Nicole to join me this year. Stop guessing and start working with a doctor who knows your goals and get personalized care designed around you, not the average patient. Discover what's holding you back and what can help you thrive with longevity. Aging is natural, but some of the effects are undesirable, and you don't want to have to just accept it. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself a simple question. Are you living with the freedom you deserve? Get real answers about your health and get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery and she was home the next day, but we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
All right, welcome back to the John Curley Show. This is one of my favorite times in the show because we get to kind of go through the letters. The letters of the day. What do you call them?
It's nice to feel, it's nice, just letters, right?
They're letters,
and
then we'll get to letter of the day.
Correct.
Oh, that at the very end.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Okay. And I got yelled at when I was sitting in with John once because he said, just got to move it along. Move it along. Don't keep like blabbing about stuff as you go.
Okay. All right. Well, in the spirit of not blabbing, off topic, Tina in the 425. Yay. This is going to be such a fun show. Thanks for stepping in, Angela and Jim.
Oh, that's nice. That comment was probably early in the shift, and then her thoughts have probably changed since then. In the 206, yay, Jim Dever. What a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Heidi in North Bend, we have 2 goats, and they are mischievous little... Can I say that word?
You can say a-holes.
I can 1,000% see them getting on a bus because I was skeptical that they would actually get on a bus on their own. So, Heidi, thanks for letting us know how this can work.
And thanks for asking if you can curse on the air, Angela. It's so refreshing. Fernando in Seattle says, dang, Dever. Go, Dever, go. What's dang, Dever?
I think he's just like, dang,
it's a compliment.
Dever.
So
like,
your
dang.
philosophical take there.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty. You got deep on us. It was deep. So now we're going to be...
About surf, don't sail. I got you. Okay.
So tomorrow will we have a new segment called Deep Thoughts with Dever?
Oh, yeah. That's a shallow pool.
253. Don't let goals get in the way of success.
Jordan in Bonnie Lake says, I love this. Keep lifting each other up. Also, please tell me if you figure out how to make things click with your kids. I'm struggling. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, what is your advice? Like,
hey, I have had plenty of times when my kids don't even want to talk to me. Like the other morning when I was taking my son to the airport. And I'm like, so what's up? I'm really tired right now. All right.
Just surf.
At his age, though, he's probably out drinking the night before. So that's...
Doug in Mount Vernon, this hour of affirmation radio brought to you by Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. Affirmation.
About that whole AI eating books and cloning things, 253 says they're shredding the books because they want to control the narrative and erase history. It's disgusting, but it's true. I've been hearing about it a lot. Whoever wins the AI war wins control of the narrative.
Oh, that's scary. Eric and Edmonds, those voice clones should be a PSA. So spooky.
I agree. Julie B., pineapple is a very common safe word. Don't think I don't already know that, Julie.
I didn't. I'm scarred now. Brad and Everett, there are child locks built into all phones. Please use them.
Good idea.
Okay.
And finally.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
All right, well, I guess I'll read it. Okay, this gym guy seems pretty fun, and Angela is always pretty great. As substitutes go, they did a pretty good job. Thumbs up to all. Actually, make it a super thumbs up. Aw, Jason, thank you.
So sweet. Thank you, Jason.
You're so kind. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to talking with you about other topics, Jim. So let's just keep it going.
Remember, folks, like I say at the end of every show, keep surfing, stop sailing.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Didn't write
Dude, you get the best girls ever, dude.
She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
And on that note, we will send it over to Nate.
Thank you, Angela. Everett to Seattle, a 50-minute commute. Now, we're slow in South Everett between 112th and 164th, where a collision blocks the very end of that 164th on-ramp. That's causing an early merge, and traffic is real jammed up there at 164th. But once you get past it, you're going to break free until you hit 85th here in the U District, where it's bumper-to-bumper down to I-90. North 5, scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge or the Ship Canal Bridge. 20 minutes to clear all this. Westbound 90, heavy from Bellevue Way to mid-span as we recover from that long-term blocking issue inside the Mount Baker Tunnel that just cleared about 20 minutes ago or so. Westbound 520 is now really heavy for bumper-to-bumper from 92nd over to I-5. Bellevue to South Center, a 40-minute commute, still bumper-to-bumper from 520 to the VMAC, and then after that, you're clear all the way down through South Center. And we've got a concert at the White River Amphitheater tonight, and that's sending folks down that way. In fact, both directions of I-5 are heavy between the Fife Curve and State Route 18. And let's see, the Romantics, Christopher Cross, and Toto performing tonight. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
I want a woman. I want
a big girl.
See the hysterical Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias when he takes the stage at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, Saturday, August 29th at 5:30 and 9:30 p.m.
This way, we both can agree on the temperature of the thermostat.
He's sold out stadiums around the world, and now he's coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort on August 29th. Get tickets before they're gone to laugh out loud with Gabriel Iglesias at muckleshootcasino.com.
Over 700,000 U.S. troops have walked on pet decorator floors at the SeaTac and Lewis USO centers. Hi, this is Tammy Michaels. Whether you raise a hand or a paw to serve our country, Pet Decorator is proud to give back and honor those who serve. See for yourself why Pet Decorator flooring is so beautiful and durable. Available exclusively at Sound Kitchen and Bath. Find out more at petdecorator.com.
Holy smokes, I can see. Hey everybody, it's Rick Rizzs, and I just had refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision, and it's amazing. K2 Vision RLE means no more readers or glasses for me. Plus, I'll never get a cataract. Now, when I call a game, you won't see those readers dangling from the end of my nose to see the field and then my notes. I only wish I had done it sooner. It's like seeing a whole new ball game. K2 Vision RLE was quick and painless, over in just minutes, and I knew I was in great hands. The K2 Vision RLE team has done over 150,000 lens procedures. You can trust their stuff. K2 Vision RLE is my permanent solution to a lifetime of great vision. It could be yours too. Enjoy life's good years without readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Get your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Then you can make the same call I did. Goodbye, glasses. K2VisionRLE.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and